morning. Hello, hello. Good morning. Oh my goodness. Hello, hello. Can you hear me? Is this thing on? Maybe it's not on. There we go. I'll mute myself. Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for being here, everybody. I just want to say good morning to everybody that's here. Christopher Nutter is always the first one here. He's my cheerleader. Here's the cheerleader. And good morning to Rachel. Accidental time traveler Maggie, welcome in. Good morning. Rachel, I hope that Dello feels better. Oh gosh. And Christy, I hope that Colin feels better. I know this chest thing is going around. Everybody's kind of getting a little icky. Gosh, Mama Beth, hi, Melanie, hi, good morning, happy Monday. Oh my gosh, good morning, everybody, and thank you so much for being here this morning. I know that I think I may have gotten my time mixed up. I think maybe with Scott, I may not have told him that it was Eastern Standard Time. So that might be my bad, but he's going to be here, I'm sure. So I'm wearing his shirt. Ching, King. So hopefully he'll pop in today and help me decipher what's in my storage unit. I sent him some pictures. Hi, Kristen. Hi. I sent him some pictures of my storage unit for him to go look at, and he gave me some really fun feedback. He said that my storage unit looks nice and neat, and I don't know how to split the screen to show you, and I'm using my phone to kind of go back and forth with to use my camera, so I can't show you my screen, but I did send him some pictures to show him what my storage unit looks like and everything. And you guys have kind of seen it, and I'm going to do an update over the next couple days. I'll, put my video together and everything to show you guys. But basically I have everything in there. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you. But basically I have my unit has everything lined up, like the shelving on the sides, and in the back it has some shelves in the back that are just basic like IKEA shelves. So it's kind of organized ish for the basic stuff, right? So like for my bins. But today I'm going to actually go in and kind of reorganize a lot of it, because since January, since I started with Rachel and with the girls and guys coming in, I have now relabeled a lot of the stuff that says January eBay ready, February eBay ready, and now coming into March eBay ready. I want to kind of make sure that I have the old stuff off of the shelves and put some new stuff onto the shelves, so it kind of makes sense in my brain of how to keep them organized, right? So today I'm actually going to go back in there. Hey, Coco, woo woo. So I'm going to go back in there today with some support from my daughter and maybe her boyfriend. I think he might be here too today to kind of help, with that. So it'll be great, because then we can get, the more hands sometimes that can get in there with this kind of thing is better. So then that way it's just easier. So you guys will see that kind of transition. I'm going to do my best to, if they'll allow to take, to do the video with them in there. Sometimes they're kind of shy about that, but I'm going to see. Thank you, Kristen. I'm going to see if they can let me take some video of that. So, and then how you can speed it up really fast. So I'm going to try to speed it up so it can go like the Benny Hill. I don't know if any of you guys are old enough or know that that kind of sound. So I'm going to try to do that. But yes, I've got Scott the Ching King shirt on today, and I'm hoping that he pops in soon. Oh, excuse me, sooner than later. I think maybe we got our times mixed up, because I'm 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, and perhaps I told him 11 o'clock and it might have been his time. So I'm hoping that he knows to kind of be here soon. But he has a StreamYard, so he knows. So in any case, I also want to give a couple of shouts out real quick before I get started. We are at $250 for Bradley's team. so far. So $250. Yay. And he put the little purple on here. So, and that's today's goal, or today's, as of today. And Rachel is doing her art, the art, whatnot on Friday, which is this Friday. So I hope you guys all tune in to her whatnot. We are promoting it like crazy, kind of just like spreading it all over and just promoting it, because she has so much art. Not we. I wish I was the mouse in her pocket, but she is definitely doing all of this work and just making it all happen. So thank you so much from the bottom of my heart, from his heart, for putting this all together. And so she is definitely putting this together for Bradley's walk team. So if you guys feel like, that you're able to donate, it's the Autism Society of Greater Orlando, and his walk team is Collins on the Move. It's very easy. So if you do donate and you say, hey, I just want to donate a couple bucks, thank you. But make sure you put it under his walk team name. Otherwise, they're just going to get random donations, which is also great. But he won't get credit for his walk team. So we definitely want that, right? Because we want to reach that goal. So thank you guys so much. I did want to make sure, Scott's always late, Drew. So I just want to make sure that you guys did that, and just thank you so much. I just wanted to I wanted to throw those things out there before I forget, because it is on my list. And I always just want to say thank you again, because that is on the top of my brain. So, I just want to say thank you a billion times. All week long, I'll be saying thank you, and I'll have tears in my eyes every time I do. So good morning, Judy. I am excited as well, Melanie. And Drew, good morning. Thank you so much for being here and saying Scott's always late. I like that you're calling him out. He's going to be like, yo, Scott, get over here. Oh my gosh. You can, Kristen, you can donate, and make sure it's under Collins on the Move when you do. That way Bradley's team gets that credit. And if you want, you can even send me a little snapshot, because in the event that you forget to or whatever, just say, hey, Crissy, I donated. And then I can go in and say, yo, homie, just make sure this is on our walk team. Just so I can be sure, because I want to make sure Bradley gets credit and that he sends you a thank you also. So before he gets here, again, I just want to say thank you. I know I've taken up just a few minutes. I just wanted to again say thank you to you guys. I did not realize just how much I would enjoy this, by the way. Yeah, he did. So Drew, yes, thank you for that. I appreciate that. Yeah, she did mention that she would be on the road with Dello, being in at the doctor's office, and I am praying for him. I told her, I said, I'm sending out a prayer, and that, I hope that, he gets the right antibiotics for him to kind of get it up and out and be well, because it's so much easier for him to be on the right meds this go around for sure. And I think I sent her like this homeopathic tea from my daughter too. So hopefully it kind of gets up, gets out, and gets out of the house, so you guys can just kind of have a clear home for sure. So definitely sending lots of good prayers your way for sure. But thank you for representing the house, Drew. You're awesome. I appreciate you. And Christy too. I mean, she can't have it. She's got a wedding coming up. Oh my gosh. Absolutely, Christy. Absolutely. Sending it your way. 100%. 100%. Oh my gosh. So no more. We need everybody being well and healthy. We've got so many positive things going around. Everything. Hi, Cheryl. Hi, Shiny Squirrel. I love it. And everybody, thank you so much again. I love this community. I just didn't even realize what a giant community I was getting into when I met you guys. So let's just get into it, shall we? I want to show you guys some really cool things. Oh, who has Scott's number? Give him a call and be like, what's going on? It's okay. He'll bounce in when he's ready, because you guys know I'm here. It's all good. I actually, DM'd him, Christopher, and was like, so hope you're okay, because, he's got family stuff, and I just don't want to like inundate him and be like, what's going on? Oh, gosh. Okay, so let's do this. Let's go ahead and get started, and you guys tell me. So I will be honest, this box was rather heavy and I dropped it this morning. So let's hope that I didn't break anything. My friend gave me a couple of things in here. So this Mickey Mouse bank, it's that one. His head comes off, and it's not a bank. It's not a bank. I'm sorry. It's just Mickey Mouse, and it's just a Mickey Mouse thing. So if you guys tell me to list it, I will. And if you tell me to garage sale it, I will, right? Because that's how we roll here. Mickey, hi, cottage keeper. So, obviously, keeping it or going, but I know everything Disney I sell, right? So, the year on this, look, I got my glasses this time. I don't have to go searching for things. Let me see. The year on this is It's going to be a newer year because this is definitely a newer year. Oh, look at me being embarrassed. I don't even know what year it is, but it's a good year. 8 and up. Oh, I don't know the year. It's not even going to tell me. It's not even going to show. But anyways, listing it, obviously. Heads come off. Yeah. List. Oh, yeah, for sure. Okay. Groovy. Listing. Okay. So here's a weird one. Are you ready? So here's Grinch's head, right? This says furry green head for Christmas. So I think it says Chris for Chris, right? And then here's an arm. So I think it goes into the ground. Like, like when you see it in the ground like this, like, sticking out of the ground. So I haven't opened it, right? Because it's brand new. And they do have wires in them. Oh, Christy, was a drink cup? Okay. Or around a tree. So do I open it and just say it's new open and take pictures of it? Is there a barcode? Yes. Yeah, there's a barcode on that one and a barcode on this one. So I guess I could just have common sense, right? And yeah, sometimes I don't know why you guys deal with me. I don't understand how you guys put up with me. Okay. I just don't. Okay, here's another Mickey. Oh, gosh. I swear I don't know how y'all put up with me. Okay. Again, listed. Yeah. Mickey Strong, comeback controversy, Dr. Seuss books. I know, right? I'm just going to keep going on, girl. I'm going to keep going on. Here's another Mickey. Now, this one is, I paid $1 for him, and it's got a battery pack. And as Will would say, I've got Will and everybody else, right? And Will, I just saw somebody say, Will, hi, Will. So check this one out, and it's got a little battery pack. Now, I will obviously have to check out the battery pack on this. It's got I got to unscrew it to get to it, but it's got the little vinyl piece here. So I'm going to leave this one out so I can check that one out. Lisa, hi, good morning. So I'll definitely check that one out because I know Mickey is big. I know that. So if we find one winner in here, that would be awesome. Oh, you guys ready for these? Ready to go back in time to laser discs? These were ours, by the way. Laser discs. They're real. They're not pretend. Laser disc. What? Laser discs. So, Batman. I'm Batman. So, yeah, that just happened. I'm a goof. I'm aware. I'm aware. It says, Reese, I love it. I love it. So with these, are these something? So tell me again, guys, should I list right away or should I, thanks, Kristen. Should I just go ahead and wait? Because I want to make sure I don't want to like put everything in the go ahead and hurry up and list it pile, right? Because I've already got some that's in my bin that's hurry up and list. So So these I have seen, these were my firsts. I will be honest. These were my first. So when I first started listing a while back, they didn't do very well for me. I thought so. I thought so too, Christy. And then I was like, well, I'll put them in here and then I'll just hold off on them because I know there are some collectors out there. And then there are some that are not. Okay, and then I've got Coach bags. I have Coach bags. So my friend's mom-in-law, she has the Coach bags, right? And I just have to make sure that these are the real Coach bags. So I've got to make sure that they are real. Oh, I agree with Christopher. Hold on. Let me go back to Christopher. I love saying it like Batman. What did Christopher say? Seasonal trendy stuff should go first. Like Y2K is hot. Oh, okay. Yeah. So when I list those, great. Yeah. Yeah. So definitely Coach. Now you really have my attention. Hey girl. Hey. So yeah, I will definitely make sure this is, I think that most of these are real. I did toss the ones that I knew were not real. Oh, okay. He said, thank you, Chris. He said, lot them up. Yes. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Will. So I believe these are real. There's only a handful of them in here. And this is one of the vintage ones because a sad story. So she passed away last year and they allowed me to come in and take what I wanted. And they said, this is what I want you to have. I would rather you have the things and you benefit from her love basically. And this is our love, our gift to you. And I'm like, I will gladly pay you. And they're like, nope, we want you to go through her closet. And so as we're going through, my girlfriend and I, is like one of my best friends, she and I found more clothes for her. And we found a mink. We found a couple of more bags like this. That was her style. We found some things we could donate to like some homes, like some different homes, like retirement homes. I found some places that we can do at the behavior center. I mean, I donated a lot of stuff too. So it was really, and so I'm going to stop talking about it because I get really emotional. So this was one of the bags. So it was awesome. And yes, I will definitely look it up. But yeah, it's a really cool bag. Really cool bag. So yes, I love Coach. Coach and Kate Spade are my favorites to look at. Yeah. So you guys had a moment with me. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. So this is another one. Let's see. This one is another Coach, as you can see. Another Coach bag. And they're really beautiful, really great condition. I mean, they were in air conditioning. It wasn't like, they weren't. And as you can see, like the buckle goes all the way around. You have to make sure the buckle goes all the way around with the Coach bags and making sure that they're fully intact because that's one of the big key pieces. Like, I mean, I love Coach and I love Coach. I love Kate Spade because Kate Spade bought Coach, as you guys know, many years ago. So that's one of the biggest pieces is Kate Spade is like everything to me. And I love Coach as well. Like Coach is what I started out with. And I have one of the Coach bags that I had at FlipCon is an OG Coach. Like it's 20 years old. It was my first bag and I love it. And it is in pristine condition because I love it, but I use it all the time. Like it's my go-to bag and it's just fantastic. I love the biker style, right? Look at this one. Betty Boop. How cute is that one, right? And this is just a Betty Boop bag and it's the, just a Betty Boop bag. It's so cute, right? So with this one, would this be an eBay? That will sell? Okay. So eBay then this one? Christy? I'm trying to read it. Let's see. Yay. Oh, eBay Macari. Okay. You still have your Dooney from 1992? Oh, that's awesome. Oh, the bag is 80. Ooh, score. Oh, that's good to know. Thank you, Cottage Keeper. I adore that. All right. Ooh, and look, there's a handle in here for something. Okay, I have a shaper mint. Shaper mint? It's new in the bag. Should we open it? Yeah, let's do that. Let's open the bag. I want it. Can I vid it now? The shaper mint or the bag? This is from my neighbor, by the way. She brings me stuff. I won't open it over here, Will. I remember the last time when you and I were on here. My neighbor will bring me stuff and she'll just set it on my doorstep and she'll be like, here, you want this? And she'll send me a message. She'll be like, I left you something on the door. I'm like, cool, thanks. I'm like, that's great, no problem. DM me. Let's see what we can do. All right, let's see what's in here. Okay, let's see what we got here, shall we? We have high-waisted shaper short, and it does have the UPC code. Machine wash, cold, do not bleach. Let's keep opening it. This is fun. I don't know what this is. I mean, I know what it is, but I don't know. Let's see. High-waisted shaper shorts. Do these sell? The size is medium large. These are medium large. This one is a medium large tan. This one is a medium large. Medium large, medium large, medium large. So there we go. Nope. Yes, sell it. So sell it like normal, like on eBay, or is it a Poshmark? Or what do you guys think about that? Like when I know some people cross list. Like I know Crissy does Vindu. Lot them up. Done. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. I like it. Okay. These things. Oh, okay. So I obviously was smart enough to put this together. Minecraft. Lego Minecraft. Number 21145. And for my next trick. Right? And for my next trick. I like it. And for my next trick. But yeah, so I have this one. But I don't know that all the pieces are here. Because I have like this piece and that one. Huh. Interesting. Incomplete. Okay. Incomplete sell. All right, cool. Sell as is. All right. Sell as is. And then I have like, I don't know what this goes to or this, but I kept it because I thought it might be part of it also. But where would I find, would I just Google image this? Do I just Google image these, or do I just, because this one has the number 2 on it and this one has no number on it. Okay. It doesn't look like Lego. Yeah. Part of a play set. I'm with you, Cheryl. I do cross list, but I keep it on my Excel spreadsheet, and I don't cross list a whole lot because I'm pretty good about delisting it myself, which is good. Thank you, Christopher. Yes, definitely Google. Could be Mutu. Are you speaking a new language, Cheryl? Okay, so in here, I also have, oh, look at this. Vintage. I love the Y2K vibes of the belt. It's not a headband, just so you guys know, not a headband. It is an actual belt. Hey, Amanda, what's going on? Oh, hey, Roman, how are you? Hi, Roman. Masters of the Universe. Oh, groovy. I'm He-Man. Is that how we used to do it? I'm He-Man, not Batman. Okay, and then we have clothes in here. So like Jones, New York, like these are really pretty shirts and stuff. Like some of this stuff I can figure out myself, obviously. You know, I can do cosplay. Ooh, cosplay. Oh, I like it. It did look cute as a headband, right? You'd have to have a pretty big head. But yeah, I guess you could do that as a headband. Yeah. Thanks, Rachel. Okay, so I've got clothes in here, and I really don't need help with clothes, but I'll show you some of the clothes that I have just because you're here and I have them in case you like this. So I have like the Jones New York, and then you know what I do have trouble with, honestly, are some of the dresses, like this kind of thing, right? So I know Courtney Bolo Buddies had purchased a whole lot of things back a long, long time ago. And because I watch a lot of hers, and so she had said like she has a lot, like LOT, not a lot, but she has like all these really cool dresses, and I'm thinking, well, geez Louise, how do you sell all those dresses, you know? Smash that button. Bam! Smash it. Okay, so I have all these shirts and stuff and all these dresses. So thoughts on how to photograph a dress when you don't have a mannequin. So, you know, and I'm not the mannequin. P.S. Not the mannequin. Not the mannequin. So these are size 14. This is a really pretty dress. Really lovely dresses, by the way. I have all these dresses. Jones, New York. Look at how Eastery this is. Isn't this so pretty? It's so pretty. Very Eastery. You need a half mannequin. Helps with the shape. Lay flat. Okay. Christy, you don't have the mannequin yet. You have to have more sales to get a mannequin. And Taylor. So like I have a lot of these that are really, really pretty. Oh, check this one out. Hang on. I'm trying to find like the ones that are really, oh, I have more ties. Look at that. Look, my ADD is kicking in. This is from Biscotti. It's not the candy, or I mean the food. It's Biscotti. Cool, right? Also can be a headband. Can be like the Karate Kid. And then this one, I like this one a lot. This is from Addiction. Lots of people use a hanger. I was thinking of, because I keep this up, I was thinking of getting like one of those, you know, those hangers that come out like that, and then just hanging it up here to make it kind of strong. I found a mannequin, but too much work. Lace flat, fine. Yeah, that's true too. All right, well, oh, you know what? What about this one? I'm like, what about these? Ugh, this is why it was so heavy. Oh, yeah. Okay. More clothes. I know about Chico's. I know about this one. I know about this. Okay, thoughts on Build-A-Bear. Anything on Build-A-Bear? What are your thoughts on the Build-A-Bears? Like, do you sell them as outfits? Do you sell them individually? Slow sales? Oh, I said Build-A-Bear, and then I was reading. I have it on Facebook. I'm like, huh? So, yeah, slow sales. Okay, yeah. So remember when I got into this in the beginning, I was like on Whatnot, and I was like, Build-A-Bear. I clicked on all the Build-A-Bears, and I have a ton of Build-A-Bears in my eBay. Yeah, because I was like, Build-A-Bear. Yeah. Okay. Now I resist the urge, but you know, in the beginning, there were Build-A-Bears, and Crissy went Whatnotting, and she went Build-A-Bear. Yeah, that's what I did. Oh gosh. Okay, so in your opinion, then just lot any of my Build-A-Bear clothes up together then? You think? Y'all discuss, and you tell me, and I'll turn around and I'll look at what you say. Ooh. And then this one, look at this one. This is heavy. It is very beaded. It is gorgeous. And it's like roaring 20s vibes. Look at this. Ooh, can you guys see the beading on this? Oh, yeah. I mean, it gives me roaring 20 vibes like crazy. And then it's got the bottom. Look at that. Whoosh. How about that, right? Roaring 20s with like all of the pearls, and you get like the feather around your head and the gloves. Woo! I love it. Can you tell I like dressing up, people? Can you tell I like to dress up? Gatsby style. Oof, I love it. Yes. Yeah. Hello. Okay. Let's see. Triumph. Triumph? I don't know this brand. Triumph. Oh, Lucky brand. It's Lucky shirt. Okay. It's fine. Let's see what else I got. Oh, I don't know what those are. Let me take them out of the bag. Feathers. Yeah, I'd wear it for Halloween, but after that, it's granny court dress to me. I don't know if you guys know this about me. I used to work, and I'm going to say it like this because it's entertaining to me to watch everybody else be funny. I used to work in the entertainment industry. So I used to work for Casino Party Company. And Kristen, wait a minute. Somebody just came in. I think you might know him as this guy. So my story will have to wait. Hold, please. Hold on just a second. Do you guys know this guy? Hold on. Let's see. You might know him. Here he is. Hello. Good morning.
Good morning. I had 11 Central is what I wrote down.
I knew it.
I feel I should have. I just got back from the grocery store. I'm trying to turn on my light so you can see me. And
well, good morning.
Good morning. I had plenty of time if I had any idea how time worked.
That's okay. Drew called you out. He said sometimes you're late.
Yeah. I don't even have. I should just leave the comments off where I can't see them.
It's okay.
My goodness. I feel bad. I don't have the light on me yet, but I am working on it. Trying to get it to. Yeah.
But we do have a little bit of an echo on your side. Do you want to mute your other side?
Yep.
Or
you have an echo?
I think so.
Is that any better?
Yeah, that's better.
Okay.
Yep, that's better. Yeah.
I moved the microphone a little bit away from me. Can you still hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you perfect. Can everybody else hear him okay? We can hear you. So we're basically going through some of our the box, and I said my thank yous. We gave you a hard time, and then
deservedly so.
It's okay. I figured that I didn't remind you last night it was Eastern Standard Time either. So I was like, I think maybe I should have mentioned it again. Hey, Rob, good morning. But I was just telling them that I was showing them this dress here, Scott, and I said it was giving me Roaring 20s vibes.
Oh, yeah. Almost like a flapper dress.
Yeah, exactly. And I said, I don't know if some of you know this, but I used to be in the entertainment business. And then I waited and I said, but I used to actually work for Casino Company.
So you don't ever say that and then not explain what entertainment is.
That's why I do it. I have to do it for a pause. But I used to work for Casino Party Company, and what we would do is it's for a fun party, right? So it's not cash; it's for fun. And so they're still around. My daughter actually works for one of the companies, and we, dress up in, whatever they tell us. Usually it's just a white shirt and black pants, and we do, blackjack and roulette. That was what I used to do, is blackjack and roulette. It's all for fun. And there were some nights that we would actually get to dress up in, whatever they asked us. So if we were wearing Roaring 20s, which was my favorite, I would wear that, and I would put on, the black wig, or I would have my hair like in a little, bun or something curled under, and have the hair, and I would do it to the nines too. You know what I mean? I would dress up almost like they would, but it was so much fun. It was just so much fun. And I do miss that aspect of it. It was a lot of fun, but
right.
It was entertaining to watch all these people get out there and dance for fun money, and, get to win money for whatever they were doing, and having such a great time. So yeah, it's a lot of fun, and I enjoy that aspect of it. But do you see what I'm wearing today?
I do. I see that. I don't think anybody can see me. My light will not come on.
Oh.
And I'm discouraged.
Oh no.
I should just leave.
No, you shouldn't. You should never leave.
Already did that.
What are you wearing? What are you, Grateful Dead?
Yeah.
Cool. Dig it.
I was there in the 60s, and no, I made that up.
I was like, no. You're in the 60s.
I was alive, but I wasn't there.
Yeah.
I need to turn on a different light if that one's not going to work.
Yeah, because your light's kind of coming in and out.
Well, I have a nice light, and it says it's connected. So, but I don't know.
Because we can see you.
All right, you can still hear me, but
yeah, we can see you too.
Well, not when I'm not on screen.
I'm not on screen either. It's okay. I had to go.
Just tell everybody to entertain themselves.
Well, entertain ourselves. Exactly. Jobs like that are getting, yeah, exactly, Lisa. You're not wrong. And it was 3 hours. I got paid for having fun, for entertaining people. And, it's really hard for me because I'm super shy. But I did it. And it was and it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. And teaching people how to deal or how to play roulette and blackjack was awesome. And even getting people to kind of come out of their shells and even dance. So some people don't like to be on the dance floor, right? They were like, I'm not gonna go on the dance floor. You can't make me. And I said, you're not wrong. I can't make you get out there on the dance floor. But if you want $5,000 towards your, towards your raffle ticket, you do have to do something. So at least do this. And nobody has to see you do this. It's just between you and me. We're right here dancing together. And they'd go, and that's it. I'm getting $5,000. Boom, you're done. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. See, here's your $5,000. Not that hard. I'm like, I can make anybody dance. Come on. That's it.
No, that's not true.
Yeah. That's it. That's where we live.
I went through your pictures, and I'm supposed to decide whether or not I'd buy this locker and what I see in there. Is that correct?
Yeah, I'm not, to be clear, people in the chat, I'm not selling it. Just to be clear.
Doesn't want to sell it.
No, but this was a question I did ask Scott. If in the event that it was a locker that was being sold, would it be something that Scott would look at and what he would look for?
Okay. Are you able to put the pictures up for them to see?
I don't know how to do that.
Okay, I don't either. So, let's do this. I will bring it up. So first of all, I think it would help if they can kind of see the picture. So you care if I just hold my phone up there long enough for them to get an idea?
Yes. I couldn't do it because I'm using my phone to talk to you.
Sure. Okay. So this is the locker.
Yep.
All right. And so right away, if I were looking at this, it's obviously very neat. And so the stuff wasn't thrown in there it was thrown in there by a crazy person, but I only know that because I know that. But the locker is very neat and very clean. Also, that's the first thing you can see. Mm-hmm. There's more to it though. Like every tub is labeled with this blue tape. And if they all have the same blue tape, they were all put in there at approximately the same time. Mm-hmm. Maybe not the same day, but all labeled at the same time. If you zoom in, some of the tubs say eBay ready. Some say garage sale. Like on the shelf on the left-hand side, there's one on the bottom that says men's clothing. And the stuff in it is folded nice and neat. And so I'm looking at this and I'm thinking this is somebody's store of some kind. They're selling this stuff in there.
Yeah. Also,
the rack on the left and the rack on the right match each other, and they're both white, which immediately makes me think this probably a girl bought this because a guy would just buy the cheapest black ones he could get or whatever. There are looks like 4 square cubicles in the back that all match.
Can you put it back up there so they can see it while you talk about it? There you go.
So those 4 cubicles in the back all match each other.
Mm-hmm.
And so you've got the white rack on the left and the white rack on the right that match each other. And so I'm thinking it's a store and I'm thinking it's probably a girl. But that tells me a couple of things. One is all of this stuff is curated, which means it's not a household that somebody just threw in here. There may be household stuff, but somebody picked all this stuff out and bought it, which can be good or bad if you're buying it. It's kind of like, think about when you were in school. If you got a textbook that was already highlighted, like that could be great if the person like really knew their stuff and they highlight. But what if that person was insane and they just highlighted like based on pattern or something like that. So I don't know if this person who bought all of this sells the same stuff that I sell.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking that, just looking at the tubs, there's a lot of clothes. There's a walrus. Can everybody see the walrus? Does that show up in the picture?
It doesn't. You have to kind of zoom in, I think.
It might be on a different picture.
Yeah, it might be on a different page.
Okay, and so there's a walrus, and that immediately makes me like, I mean, who doesn't want a walrus? Like, I want a walrus, but it also made me think that. Can everybody see the walrus?
Crissy says, "Yeah, I want one."
Okay, so first of all, how much would you bid on something like this? Because everything is folded nice and neat, there's more stuff in there than there would be if it were completely disheveled. There's a ton of stuff in this locker. I can't tell how long these are, but I think those are 8-foot long shelves. Are they?
Yep.
So if those are 8-foot long shelves, then this unit, that's a ton of stuff in there. And it's been curated, which means even if they don't have the same taste that I have, that it's probably going to be pretty decent stuff. However, it is not completely sorted because there's still garage sale stuff, which means they don't think that's worth putting online.
Yeah.
So you can't count on every item being worth $20.
Right.
But there's a ton of $20 plus items in this locker, and the shelving is brand new. Like, did you buy it for this? Because it looks brand new to me.
Yeah, we did.
So I've got at least a few $100s in shelving, if nothing else, and good shelving. And I like the white. So this would be a very, very good locker. It's online sales, and I haven't looked enough at what you sell because in real life I wouldn't know. I can only go by what you have there. I don't see a lot of antiques. I don't see, it's not a shoe locker. It's not it's not full of 1960s Hot Wheels cars. So, but this locker would probably go for $1,200, give or take. My max might be higher because of the shelving. And and keep in mind, you're buying it to make money.
Right.
So, how close am I on that?
I don't know.
I don't mean the price.
I think we paid almost $800 for the shelving.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, see,
I'll be
different
honest.
types of shelving. There's the shelving that has the sides and the racks, and it's got that piece of like almost like a press board in it. Even that stuff now is like $120 a shelving.
Yeah.
You have the heavier stuff with the wire rack, which those can hold like something like 2,000 pounds of shelf.
Yes.
And so
and we have it all the way. We have it maxed. We have it maxed to the top. I mean, maxed. Did you see that we have the Cisco phones?
No, I didn't see that.
We have Cisco phones at the top. Yeah. We haven't done those yet.
Cisco phones.
I have a Cisco phone system that I haven't gotten to yet.
Are they in brown boxes?
They're at the very top.
Yeah.
Looking up there. Yeah.
On the right-hand side.
Yeah.
Up.
Yeah. Bye, Lisa. Thank you for being here. Hi, Sunny. But yeah, I just
leave because I was late.
No, but I was. So if I were to ever think about selling, I would at least need to know like what kind of idea, you know what I mean? If I were like to just say, you know what, I'm done. I just want to be finished with this. And that's what I would need to consider is that.
If you were going to do that though, the locker goes up in value dramatically because let's say you call me and you're like, Scott, I'm getting rid of this stuff.
Yeah.
Then I get a chance to look. I'm not just trying to make a judgment from, a handful of pictures
right.
that are blowing up trying to see the labels. You can be like, no, all the men's clothing is all Filson.
Right.
The price could go up crazy. You could have a $1,200 tub if you have stuff, and I'd get a chance to look. And then somebody could take a look at the shelving and say, okay, yeah, this is brand new stuff, you know. And I thought it was new, but I wasn't positive, you know, what I would pay from a picture versus getting to talk to you, even the opportunity to talk to you. And you can say, yeah, let me kind of tell you, like I would never gamble on those phones being in those boxes, even if I could read the box that said Cisco.
Yeah.
You know, because for all I know, they got in the dumpster behind Cisco and took the boxes.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Those could be more clothing in those boxes for all you know. Yeah.
Right. Or just boxes. They could just
Or,
be, yeah, you know.
exactly.
And I wouldn't have guessed that based on the pictures that you show. But when Melody and I buy a locker, like that's exactly what we do. We try to figure out not just what can we see, but we try to make an avatar of the person that's put the stuff in there.
Yeah.
And that'll
That
give
makes
me a
sense.
better idea of what it is. In my head, this is a female online seller who also has a way to at least get rid of some stuff locally. And that'll give me an idea of the kind of things that you buy. I'm probably not going to get to the back of this locker and find grandmother's jewels that have been stored in there because it doesn't look. And I'm not going to find a box of aviation tools. You know, that's not what this locker looks like. But there's also some randomness to it, which makes all of the above possible. It would be an exciting locker because not knowing what they bought. You know, if you came across at a garage sale and you found a box that's nice and neat full of aviation tools, you might pick it up, be like, that's a great price and they look pretty. I'm going to get those things. I don't know how to use them, but like, would you?
What are aviation tools? I don't know what those are.
Like mechanics tools for planes.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. Okay.
So you'd probably not pass that up if you came across the right deal.
Right.
Right. And that's when I look in there, if everything I saw was clothes, I would think this person only is interested in clothes, but that's not the way the locker looks.
Yeah.
For me personally, if it were just clothes, then I'm hoping I can spot a brand written on something so that I can tell, are they buying a lot of mall brands and they're trying to sell? I'm trying to determine, are they a $15 to $20 seller and they deal in quantity? Or are they picking out really nice high-end brands when they can and selling at a higher end? Because I don't have a big interest, even if I could make a lot of money on it, I don't have a big interest in mall brand stuff. So for me, I just wouldn't want to do that.
How many have you purchased so far? Like how many
just this year?
Units, yeah.
I think
not just this year, like, well, maybe.
This year, 4.
4 so far in 2023?
Yes.
Wow. Holy smokes. That's awesome.
Yeah. But we've given away, I would say 90% of it.
Okay.
Like we returned a bunch of it to the owners. And then a lot of it, I have sellers around me that I've taught how to do eBay, and anything pretty much anything under like $50, I will give to other sellers that are close to me, let them resell it. We cherry pick it and we have the fun doing it.
Yeah.
And that's what we do. So
that's awesome. I love that. When I did that with my neighbor's student a couple years ago, I guess I've only been doing it a couple years now, but she, bye Christopher. Thank you for being here. She started and she was like asking for some help. And so when I was getting free stuff, I would ask her, I'm like, hey, I've got a whole box of stuff. Come over and tell me what you want. And she was like, why? And I said, because you're getting started and I'm one person. There's just no reason for me to have all of this.
Right.
And not share it when you don't have anything. Like legit, there's no reason for you to go out and go sourcing when I have all this free stuff.
Right. Exactly.
And she was like, okay. And so anytime that I would get a call or not a call, when I would look up on the freebie app, excuse me, on the freebie app, I would say, hey, do you want to come with me? There's a house over, in the next subdivision and the person's going out, they're getting rid of stuff. And instead of, let's save it from the landfill, let's go over there and load up my car. And I'd give him like $20 for whatever. And we load up the car and we just split up whatever. And it worked out. So she doesn't do it anymore, which is kind of sad. I don't know what she does now because she's not doing that anymore. But I'm like, okay, do what you need to do, girl, because I'm still doing it.
Yeah, I think for some people, it just ends up being more work than they thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and that's what she said. She said, I talked to her boyfriend is back now. And so it's a weird story, but her boyfriend is back. And so, they're kind of doing it again. I think he's doing it now. So they might be back doing it together. So, yeah.
Yeah. I've taught a lot of people how to do it. And then, they're excited because if they look on my phone and they see how much money we made over the last 90 days and they see your post, and of course, you don't post the boring stuff. You post the stuff that was exciting.
Exactly.
And you forget that, it's not just a matter of being able to buy a bunch of stuff. That's the easy part.
Right.
You've got to go through it. You've got to get it listed and are prepared to list, not just listed. You got to get it ready to list.
Yeah.
With your pictures. At the end of the day, you got to clean up your mess enough to where you can come back and work again tomorrow. And like overall, there's a lot more to it than just I went to a garage sale and I found a George Orr vase and I paid $1 and I got 10 grand.
Right.
Like, this job is way more than that.
Ooh. What? And like Sunny says, it's a lot of work. If reselling looks easy, it's because time has been out in to move things at every angle. And yeah, and it's like, people make videos and it's like, you can make thousands of dollars doing this. And it's like, okay, but let's be real, people. You can make money doing it, but it's hard work. And it's not, if it was easy, everybody would be doing it. Right?
Okay.
So
here's the type of stuff that goes on Instagram. I just sold a doll. It's about this tall.
Well, creepy. She's real creepy. Oh, it looks like a Monchichi.
So, people in the chat, it's a felt doll, and it's vintage. Post what you think I paid and what you think I sold it for.
Okay, I'm going to put it in here. Hold on. I'm going to say it. I'm going to put it in here. I think there we go. And then there we go. I think you paid a Ritz cracker.
Oh, Drew Strickland. See, that's genuinely funny because that's probably the closest to the actual price.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, so here's funny. The deal. Who put $3.99? Will is like, I love Will, and I should have told it to Will.
He cracks me up.
Here's the deal. Melody took a half price offer. Half price. Because I really, and she's more like that. Like if the offers come through and she's at the phone, Melody's like, yep, sold. And I'm like, I want my money. Like, I want to wait. And she's
like, Melody, just wait.
She's downstairs by herself. So here was the full price.
Ooh, wow.
But we only got $68.99 for it is the price she took.
Nice. Still good.
Yeah, I paid a Ritz cracker and I made about $70. So we'll do that.
I mean, if you paid a Ritz cracker, come on.
And it was probably a stale Ritz cracker. It probably wasn't even a good one.
Rob, you left her unsupervised. But it seems like you guys are enjoying this in your retirement.
There is no question at all. Because you got to remember, Melody was here way back. Like we went on our first date in 85.
Yeah.
And, things were a lot different. The thought of this didn't exist. Mm-mm. Like there was no eBay, there was no internet there.
No.
We went to garage sales because
it was fun.
And we needed to buy me clothes. We weren't buying her clothes at garage sales.
But. Yeah, no, and you decorated your house and you bought Tupperware and you bought dishes and that's how we did. I mean, I did that with my gram, and was one of my favorite memories with my gram on the west coast of Florida. We would go garage sailing anytime that we were there, which was probably once a month. We were over there, and I loved it. And we always got a Twisty Treat ice cream, or whatever ice cream was there. It wasn't Twisty Treat, but it was an ice cream from wherever we were over there, and it was awesome. I
Yeah.
loved
Oh,
it.
yeah. Yeah.
Loved it. Hey,
Some of
Anthony.
our first dates, and that's one of the reasons we got along when we started dating. You know, neither one of us drink, and
Mhm.
so I guess for other people it was boring. I spent my whole life, and I think most of the people that know me know this, spent most of my childhood homeless. So
Mhm.
being on the road, my fear of being lost meant not being able to get home, but home for me has always just been Melody. And so
Mhm.
as long as she was with me, I wasn't going to get lost. Wherever the road
Exactly.
went, I'm already with her. She wanted to see the world, but Melody was never going to go anywhere by herself. So our early dates, we got in the car and we went for rides, and
Oh,
garage
I love it.
fit that perfectly.
Yep.
You go places you haven't been. She's not afraid of getting lost because I'm not afraid of getting lost. And
Yeah.
um, so we had a blast doing that. And estate sales fell into that too, because she is such a snoopy person. Like she would, if we had neighbors, she'd be peeking out the windows at them all the time.
Mhm.
So going to an estate sale and getting to go to someone's house, that is like right up her alley.
Oh
And
yeah. I peek in everywhere in the estate sales. I'm like, can I look in the drawers? I don't even look. I don't even ask. I'm like, oh, I can't go in these doors. Oh, sorry.
yeah, it's so much easier to get forgiveness.
Sorry. This door is off. These stairs are off limits. Oh, okay. Sorry about that.
Sorry, I went right under the
Look in
tape.
this
I didn't
box.
even see it.
This box says no. Nothing can have
Yeah.
it. Okay.
I was at one time and they didn't have it. Well, I think they had originally marked it, and I think somebody took the marker down. And this was one of our all-time best estate sales ever. It was the guy had been a pilot in World War II, Korea and Vietnam. He had the Silver Star. But anyway, there was one closet.
It's me.
Oh, they just paid for it.
Oh.
I mean, which is great. Don't get me wrong. But anyway, I opened this closet, and his original World War II flight jacket was in the closet, and this tons of this flight stuff that was in there.
Wow.
And I'm like loading it up, like, because I know the guy running the sale. It's make a pile, and he gives you a price.
Wow.
And I carry the one armload up there because I'm like, I'm everything in that closet I'm going to buy. And he was like, no, that stuff's not, that closet's closed off. So I had to go put it all back.
Oh man.
Yeah,
Man. I can't imagine.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That sale, and I don't know if y'all do that. Like, if you keep track by like, we call that one the Air Force estate sale. We bought. It was the strangest thing. If you go to a lot of estate sales or garage sales, one of the first things to sell is the military stuff.
Oh yeah.
Nobody is picking up the military stuff.
Mm-mm.
So like nobody was buying it. I didn't even go the first day, and I go the second day, and it's all this World War II stuff. This guy saved everything. I ended up buying all of the military stuff.
That's awesome.
$500.
Wow.
And there was stuff in there like his Silver Star.
Wow.
What I ended up doing, I'm selling this stuff, and a lot of this stuff is worth a ton of money. And he had something called the Order of the Sword, which they were these big plaques. And there's only been 8 Air Force guys who have had it since Vietnam, and he was one of them.
Oh, wow.
All of this stuff is going out. And but how do you sell that? Like, there's only ever been 8 since Vietnam.
Oh, wow.
And you have one of them. The price on it is insane. The plaques are like 3 feet tall, and there's a triptych of different shadow box things, that including swords and everything that were in these. And this guy had retired a major general, and he had been a commander in a place called Terre Haute, Indiana. And you can find a guy on YouTube, and I watched his funeral on YouTube from when he had passed away. And there was a guy that spoke that they spoke to from there, who ran a small mom and pop military museum where this guy was a commander. So I contacted him and I said, look, I've got stuff that shouldn't be for sale. His silver star should not be for sale. This order
Wow.
Ford should not be up for sale. So he paid me the shipping, and then it was 200 pounds of stuff I sent him. And then I
Wow.
additional shipping, but it's in a museum now. And
Where it belongs. Yeah.
it's the same estate sale. If you followed me on Instagram for very long, do you remember the margarine tub of watches?
Yes. Yeah.
That's where Melody got the margarine tub of watches.
Oh, wow.
So like I made so much money at that estate sale and still gave away 200 pounds to a museum.
It's good karma.
Yeah. Well, we're not ever going to lose. I mean,
no, not at all. Not at all. Yeah. I agree. So we got to say hi to Ryan. Hi, Ryan. I got to make sure and say hi to my buddy.
Wait,
he's
who's
in there
Ryan?
too. Ryan, he's Gulf Coast Pickers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's in here.
I don't think I've ever called him by his first name. I wasn't sure he even had one.
Yeah. And Brandon's in here, the Georgia Picker. He also does some storage units, which is pretty cool. He's pretty cool. I just want to make sure and say hi, you guys. Hi. Well, we went through a box without you, by the way. And I did drop one. It was like really heavy. So I've already got clothes in here and stuff. Oh, what's this? Hang on. So I want to make sure and show you a couple things while I was in here. Oh, and this is new. Oh, it's new. It's got a tag.
Okay. So you have not been through this tub.
No. Well, okay. So here's the thing about me. What? I have been through it, clearly, because it's my stuff, right? But I forgot about what's in here. It's been a while. So I forgot what was in here. And some of this stuff is free, and so I don't know. But this has got a tag on it. And it's got $44. I didn't pay for this. That's neat. So we're rediscovering this together.
So it's what is the tag on it?
The Star Wars, it's Disney Star Wars, our universe. Size medium, and they're PJ bottoms or pajama bottoms. Empire Strike Back.
It's super easy to sell if it's got tags on it.
So the thing is, I want to at least get one thing out of these two boxes that I should take out and put in my need to list. Like that's the bam. That's the one thing that I found.
Banger out of there.
Yes, the banger. So far, we've got nothing out of this box. Well, I mean, I got a Coach bag.
See, I should have brought a tub in here.
No. Oh, you should have brought a tub?
Oh, we have stuff in the attic.
Oh, here's another Disney thing.
You could open a Disney store.
But this one it's a generic tag, though. I mean, it says Disney. But it says this generic tag on it. See, it says $12.99. That's not a normal.
No, but it could have gone through TJ Maxx or something like that.
Oh, yeah, it could have. I just don't want it to be like a fake.
What's the label look like?
Like that.
Is the stitching straight on it?
Yeah, it looks to be. Yeah, it looks to be good. It's a what is it even?
Crissy said it's Disney Parks.
Oh, okay.
That could be.
I think it's a. I think it's a dress. It smells funny. I'm not putting it on. It's a dress. Okay. And then I've got I did buy these. I bought these at Plato's. They're shorts. They're dry fit. I remember those. Yeah. I did buy those.
We don't sell a lot of that kind of stuff.
Huh?
No.
Say again?
I said we don't sell a lot of like Nike, dry fit, that kind of stuff.
Oh, here's another Disney shirt.
Oh, that one's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Like all over print.
Yeah. So I did have during my whatnots last year when I was doing my themed whatnots, I had a theme park one, and so I got some Disney stuff, but I forgot about these. I don't know where I got them. I have no idea. Oh, here's another Disney.
The Disney box.
It's the Disney box, 2018. So I don't know. Size small. So I guess I could do another whatnot if I wanted to, or I should sell. Okay, so with the Disney ones, should I sell them on eBay or should I do a whatnot?
For
Set
me,
that black shirt aside. Got you.
yeah, Disney's just saturated on eBay.
It is, right?
I think so.
What's this one? Oh, I have a friend's PJ bottom.
How did you get your friends out of them?
Oh, and then I have this one. This is a new with tag Disney. And it's the flip one, so you flip it
Oh yeah.
like that. That. Also Disney. Oh, you know what I think? I think I got these. This is a size small. It's the Food and Wine International 2019.
And that's Disney?
Uh-huh.
Like they get the kids all liquored up and turn them loose in the park, or how does that work?
It's super fun to do, by the way. No judgment here. So yeah. Oh, and there's another shirt. Where did I get all these Disney things from? There's
Maybe
another
Disney.
one. Huh. 1928. Yeah, I got a whole bunch of Disney stuff in here. A pair of boxers.
My boxes are so much more random than that. I sent a mystery box to Sonny and he never spoke to me again.
Oh, Sonny, you never spoke to him again? Maybe I should have a whatnot, huh?
You should. You've got enough.
Holy smoke. This is the Disney Villains After Hours 2020. Look at that. Holy smokes, you guys. I'm all excited about this. I had no idea. I might keep this one. Oh, it's a size small. It won't fit me. Wishing here. Hey, Keith, what's going on? Good morning. And I got this one. Okay, so what's your thought? So should I just whatnot these then?
I would whatnot those. You've got enough for a themed show.
I mean, seriously, look at, I've got another one. Oh, this says cast member. So
that means somebody worked there?
yes, sir. It does. Ta-da. Okay.
So
Whatnot.
how far are you from there?
Where I am located, I am the hub of where everything is. So I am exactly parking about 25, 30 minutes on a bad day, Disney Magic Kingdom. I am 15 minutes from SeaWorld, 20 minutes from Universal.
Oh, wow.
10 minutes on a bad day from Gatorland, and an hour and a half from Daytona, 45 minutes from Coco, Melbourne. So we are in the hub.
I'm not that close to a Walmart.
I am exactly 1.3 miles from our local Walmart neighborhood market. Mm-hmm.
It is 23 miles to Walmart.
Wow. Can I book a room at the Collins Hotel de Collins? I have been thinking about that, Cheryl. Okay, so we're done with this box then, yes? Because it's not heavy and I can move it. Before I couldn't lift it and my son had to actually pick it up for me. Ugh. Okay, I'm going to throw everything back in this box real quick. I'll show you a couple of things that you missed. Ouch. Ow, ow, ow.
Somebody check on her.
I'm good. I'm fine. That was my toe. So this is what I found earlier. Was a head. And then Coach bags. That was in there. And this is what fell on me. My toe. He has a head. He comes with ears. And then this one with sound, but I don't know what sound he makes. And then laser discs. That's what was in that.
Oh wow, those are cool.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know what's in here. Oh yeah, I do. I know what's in here. Oh, you're gonna like this one. You ready? Okay.
I'm not ready.
I got this on July 4th weekend last year. Oh, hey, Mikey, bags of money. Thanks for coming in. How about that? It's a Polaroid camera.
Oh, wow.
I don't know if it works. I mean, I don't know. I don't even know how I would test it.
You put film in it.
I don't even know where to get film. Where would I get film?
eBay. Actually, if you keep your eyes open, you can probably eventually find film at a garage sale.
Yeah.
And then you can test them, because a lot of the, depending upon the model, I think that the battery is in the, some of them have replaceable batteries, but I think the film may be charged. I'm not sure.
Yeah. So what, I couldn't just sell them as is, or should I wait?
No, you could. I mean, Polaroid cameras, other than like there's a panoramic one that goes pretty high, they're not big dollar items.
Oh, they're not? Oh, okay.
Like, what's your average sale price?
My average sale price is like 20, 22.
Okay.
Not great. Not bad,
Yeah.
not great.
Yeah. Ours is around between 60 and 70. But it was a little lower after we bought all that Anna Lee stuff, but it sold so fast it didn't matter. Some stoneware. They have anything written on the bottom of them?
Yeah. The initial is ERN. I think they're just handmade.
Yeah.
I mean, they're handmade, but I picked them up because they were really pretty.
That's very cool.
Yeah. I couldn't pass those up. They were really, really pretty.
Handmade art is one of my downfalls, because I hate to see it end up in a bin, but it doesn't sell for a whole lot. You know?
No, it doesn't. This was given to me. One of my friends used to work at Yankee Candle, and it was one of those things that I can't find the UPC on the back, so I just have to look again. I got it a few months ago, and she just said, you know, sell it for whatever and give me whatever. And I'm like, okay, whatever. That was our conversation.
Sell it for whatever and give me whatever.
Yeah, that's our conversation. So I was like, groovy. So I looked it up, and there was nothing on eBay for this. And she's given me a lot of stuff from Yankee Candle that way. So I've sold one Yankee Candle, and it was a retired Yankee Candle, and it sold for like, it was like $98.
Wow. Did you say she worked for him?
She did. She
might have everything from salesman samples to, you know, stuff where the UPC code isn't going to have been universal.
That's what this was. And so I even Google imaged it. And so Google Image keeps picking up these, even though I'm making it bigger. And so I'm like, I'm just going to have to write the name and put these in there and just figure it out.
Right. I'm going to try and refresh my screen, because your picture is like several seconds behind the voice.
Okay.
So if I go away, it isn't because I don't like Yankee Candle.
So Cheryl says I had another Easter Bunny hop away. That's 2 now that's sold. I can only find one of 2. Oh. Oh, Maggie, that's awesome. All right, let's put Scott back in here. We're adding Scott back in.
Oh, that's much better.
Sorry, I have a runny nose today, so I'm trying not to sneeze all over you. And I was wrong. My average sale is not 20. That's what I want it to be. It's like 15.
Okay.
I was wrong. So I didn't want to like mislead you. I was like, wait a minute, that's what I want it to be. So
ours has run $60 to $70 for the last couple of years, but you know, we bought that huge Anna Lee doll collection.
Yes, you did.
And those sold closer to like $25, and that brings down your average sale price.
Oh, really?
Well, of course, because I'm selling a bunch of $25 ones, and you can't just go by that, because Anna Lee dolls, super easy to photograph, and even easier to ship because they're not breakable.
Yeah.
And so I don't mind selling a $25 item when you can list 30 of them at a time.
Yeah.
And the ads are all very similar, and they sold so easily, and all the people bought them. I would say probably 75% of them sold to women over 60.
Wow. I
They're not
figured
returning anything. They know exactly what it is you have, and they bought it. I would.
that's awesome.
I wasn't excited about those Annalie dolls at all.
I
But
figured they would have sold for more. That's why I said really. I was surprised.
some of them did. Some of them sold for 100 or 200, but just on average, the cheaper ones were $20 to $25.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, that's good to know though. I mean, so when we look out for stuff, I love that you're teaching these things, because if we didn't, I mean, you're just like a plethora of knowledge for all kinds of neat stuff. And it's like those Annalie dolls. I'm like, what the heck's this creepy doll? And so now all of us are like, what is this creepy doll? And we're all learning, and we're like, and you can even see in the chat, we're all like, these creepy dolls. And now we're all like, we got to get these creepy dolls. We got to get these creepy dolls. So anywhere we're learning, we're like, thank you, Scott. Thank you, Scott. Thank you, Scott. Thank you, Scott.
probably for me, probably the most exciting thing about doing this is the chance to learn so much of this stuff.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Like, I didn't get much for it. I had a sled, like a wooden sled, but it was signed on the bottom, and it was Alex Nikori. I don't know why I remember the name. It said Alex Nikori, 1966, and it was this handmade Alaskan sled.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't know anything. I don't know anything about anything, but I look him up, and in the 1960s, he was Alaskan and lived in the tundra and made these and sold them near the airport.
Huh.
But doing research, I found his grandson. His grandson and I are now friends on Facebook. And well, that's where I remember his names, because his grandson has the same name. He was named after his grandfather.
Yeah.
So when I sold that piece, he said that his grandfather had done a lot of work for the Tundra Women's Coalition. It's like a women's shelter there. So we took the proceeds and donated it. And I have to show you something I found recently.
Yeah. Keith, I agree. The first step to knowing about everything is admitting you know nothing. I totally agree with you. Yeah. Christy, welcome back.
So I turn up this thing.
Look at that.
Oh, hang on.
Oh, so cool.
I have another one. And
that is so cool.
So what I want to do is I want to sell it and donate it to the Tundra Women's Coalition again.
Oh, man, that's awesome.
But
oh, yeah, that's the best. I love it.
Door opens. So, like, I knew nothing about the Tundra Women's Coalition, and now I get a newsletter from them all the time.
That's awesome.
You know, what we do gives us an opportunity not just to make money. Making money is great, because being homeless sucks.
Right.
But you get an opportunity to learn these things like this and do something and interact with people that you would never have met.
Mm-hmm.
That you would have the Alaskan life for me. From all the places I've ever been, I've never been to Alaska.
Oh.
But I can absolutely understand the plight of being in a situation where everything is hard, you know?
Yeah.
And so such an interesting guy. And he made these, and I've done a lot of research since then. And there's a lot of it's a home industry. His stuff is much better. Like, he's pretty talented.
Man, that is so cool. Yeah. I love that whole aspect of it. And, bye, Drew. Have a great day. Thank you for coming in, by the way. I love that whole aspect of it, of the giving back piece obviously is big, right? So, I mean, that's big for me in general. But learning about other communities and other cultures and the history of it, and just, obviously the give back component is giant. So, I mean, all of that. And you haven't been to Alaska. You have to go.
Yeah, we want to. We planned on, and we do travel. We've been traveling where we can drive to, much more than we did before. Obviously, before I retired as superintendent, you can't go anywhere.
Right.
But parent health and things like that,
right.
It's hard to get away for too awful long.
It is. Yeah, it is.
But we want to travel while we're still healthy enough to travel.
Yeah, for sure. We went.
You don't know when that runs out.
No, we went on a cruise to Alaska with our in-laws back. Gosh, okay, so I got to think about this. I hate math. So my kids were younger when they were teenagers, and my son is 29. He'll be 30 this year. Oh my gosh, he's going to be 30 this year. Oh my gosh. Anyways, he'll be 29 this year. Sorry, he'll be 29 this year. Oh, I'm 100 years old. So we went when they were teenagers, and my daughter says it was one of her favorite vacations. And the cruise ship was there wasn't many teenagers on it at all. I mean, it was like an old person cruise is what she called it. But when we first got on, it was an old person cruise because there was no other kids around to play with. There was no other, but she remembers the most favorite things. Oh, my daughter's here. But she remembers the most favorite things was that she got to drink water from the glacier because we did the helicopter tour. And she got to be on the top of the ship when we were in the glacier in the what was it called? It was when we got to go into the bay, and we were surrounded by all the glaciers, and we got to go in and hear all the calving. So basically, the avalanches that were happening from the water, and so we get to hear all the rocks coming down and hear the ice around the ship. And it was scary to me, but the whole ship was quiet, and the naturist was talking, and he was just using this very quiet voice, and he was explaining exactly what was happening on the water, and the whole ship was silent, and all you heard was the ice coming on the ship. And I was like, we're gonna die, we're gonna die, we're gonna die, we're gonna die. That's all I can think of is like, where are my kids? We're gonna die, we're gonna die. And my mother-in-law just kept giving me some Baileys in my coffee. She's like, just keep drinking more, you'll be okay. But that was the only scary part, was because I'm like, we need to get out of the water, we need to get away from this glacier. But it was honestly like just the coolest thing was being able to hear, not hear, but see that nature happen. But being able to visit like Alaska and being able to be on the actual glaciers, and the retired military man that was there, he actually was the one to fly the helicopter, and he got us on the glaciers, and it was amazing. My daughter took off her glove, and we have pictures, I just took pictures of her like putting her hand in the water and just taking it and drinking it, and it was so cool. She was like, Mom, this is the best water.
When you take a cruise like that, do you get to go see the community? Because that's what I would want to do.
Yeah.
I went to Boston a long time ago for something for when I was still a principal, and they had these booked things like duck tours or something where you're riding in this open.
We did that.
Well, see, I didn't want to do that because I felt like I'd be riding along and they'd say, don't you wish you could see that? And don't you wish you could see that? So I talked to a guy with me. We walked the Freedom Trail so that I could go in everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And you get to talk to people and see people.
Yeah.
And you learn, I feel like you learn more about a community doing that.
Yep.
Than for me to be on a boat. That'd be great. And I would love to see the stuff, but I really want to go like into the community. When we went to New Mexico, it's one thing to go to the tourist shops. But Melody and I, this has been a long time ago, maybe 25 years ago, we went into the place where the guy was making the necklaces.
Mm-hmm.
I got to draw out what I wanted.
Yeah.
And then we came back a few days later and he'd made it.
Yeah.
And that for me I like that more.
Yeah. And you absolutely, there's tons of options, right? So, when we go with our family, we used to, pick out something we wanted to do. And that was one of the things we wanted because we wanted to do a tour. And so we usually always picked one area that we did a tour of the area that we were at. And we always wanted to eat at one place that was theirs, like somewhere that we could eat that was different. And back then Bradley didn't eat much. So it was challenging. So it was a little challenging, but it worked out. It was good. But there was a place called Burger Queen, and it was a little place like this big, and it was really, and that was before I had all my tummy issues, so I could eat something that was theirs.
Yeah.
And it was amazing. It was just so good. But it was like just something that was, and I can't remember which place it was in, like if it was which stop it was in, but it was so cool. But yeah, you can walk everywhere. We walked so many steps and we got to see so many cool things. It was, I would just recommend it. And if you did something like a cruise, definitely choose somewhere where you could do walking tours and
Right.
kind of hike around. And oh my gosh, but yes, it was just gorgeous, just absolutely breathtakingly beautiful for sure. And I mean, we could talk about vacations all day long, but I don't want to like take your time up forever, I swear.
One of my bucket list things to do, though, is like when Melody and I go on a vacation, 100% we're thrifting. That's what we do when we leave.
Oh,
Because like somebody posted that I need to go to Virginia, and I haven't been to Virginia. And if I went to Virginia, I want to make sure that I'm there on a Thursday, Friday, and Saturday so that I can go to the estate sales and the garage sales.
yeah.
And I get to meet so many more people doing
I
that
agree.
than I would hitting the tourist traps. Which
Agreed.
tourist traps are like kind of drinking from a fire hose. You get the filtered history,
Yeah.
the conventionalized history that everybody knows. But
Mhm.
if, like walking through Boston, you find out right away their definition of just being nice to people is totally different than Central Texas
Yep.
or Northern Minnesota. Northern Minnesota, Central Texas are pretty friendly places. And in
Yeah.
Boston, no.
Yeah,
And they're
I
not,
agree.
they're just, it's a totally different atmosphere.
Yeah,
And
agreed. I
so like
agree.
in Virginia, I would love to see it because in pictures, Virginia's beautiful. But I want to go to the garage sales. Like, what
Mhm.
different stuff do they have there
Yeah.
than what I can get here?
Yeah. And there's so many places even in your hometown. Like I know Penelope, but like, you know what I mean? Like there's
No, there's
not in
not.
Penelope, right? But I mean like, but like even here, there's so many places in Florida that I still haven't been. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Because
yeah.
there's just too many places here that we haven't even been to yet. And my husband does not like the beach. He is not a beach goer. When we go to the beach, he wears a hat, he wears sunscreen, he wears a long sleeve shirt, and it's fine because that's what he does. But we will go to different restaurants and we will go to different places to eat because we just, we like to try other things other than the, restaurants that are here. I'm like, let's go different places because there's other places to visit. Like my daughter likes to go to, there's a couple of beaches that she likes to go to. And so they try different trails. They like to hike.
Right.
And so they go different places. So they do that.
So in
So I agree with
Penelope,
you.
if you came to visit Penelope,
Uh-huh.
there's I mean, population 181. So there's
Yeah.
not a lot to tour, but what there is Gloria's house, which you can see from my house. She built it out of a grain silo and then attached a house to it. And so like her floors, Gloria's son-in-law, have you ever heard of Fixer Upper, the show Fixer Upper? Well, next to the silos, there were more silos that her grandson or son-in-law tore down. And so we took the lumber for that, and I milled the lumber for her floors and her cabinet.
Oh, wow.
So if you go in there, this place is incredible. So it's 30 feet to the ceiling, and her ceiling fan came out of that 1880s warehouse that was connected to the silo, and it's a big fan with a belt drive.
Wow.
All the floors are from that 1880 building. I designed the cabinets to go around the wall. And
wow.
that wood came from, we had to tear out part of our elementary gym when we remodeled in 2008. And the wood from that building was built in 1930, but that wood came from the 1905 building. As part of the New Deal, Penelope had to donate either money, materials, or labor, and they donated the materials out of the old building.
Wow.
So we saved all of that lumber, and that's what we made Gloria's cabinets out of.
Wow.
That place is worth touring, and I have pictures of it. I have great pictures of it, and I have video equipment now. I should make a video. It's just not reselling related. And
no, but that's really cool.
Her brick, we put in brick in the kitchen. I dug up the brick on the property next door to me because there was a house that was built in the 1800s, but there was a brick pathway out to the outhouse. And we took that and Gloria had it resawed where, there's Texas bricks, there's Lone Star, there's Corsicana.
Oh, yeah.
All the bricks in her kitchen are from that pathway out to the old outhouse.
Oh, no, that's cool. I wonder what they do with the outhouse.
Well, all of that whole house is gone. I mean, you're talking way over 100 years ago.
Oh, that's crazy cool.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
I love history and I love, I love everything.
Yeah. Well, history. I'll do a good segue. You ready?
All right.
Ready? Harley Davidson has some history.
Harley Davidson has some amazing history. Harley Davidson was one of the first motorized bicycles. And
yes, it was.
So I grew up on my first vehicle was a motorcycle.
It was, and my father-in-law gifted me an entire bag about this. It's not this bag, but about this big. It's not this bag, but about this big of Harley Davidson pins and patches to go through. And I haven't done it yet, but I will be doing that someday soon. But he gave them to me because we were talking about when he goes, and I said, well, I'm telling you now, I get all the Harley stuff. Like I get everything Harley, don't even care. And so he gets up from the dining room table, he goes in and he gets this bag, he goes, here you go. And I'm like, that's not all you have, but I'll take it.
You're holding out on me.
I know better. Okay.
So when you're gone, and we're going to speed that process up. If you don't.
That's right, buddy. We're speeding up. Let's go. Okay. So you ready for a dumb buy?
I am always ready for a dumb buy.
This one time I was in TJ Maxx and I thought our home goods and I thought these would be really good because retail arbitrage.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Iron mat.
A silicone iron mat for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I bought it for $3.99 thinking that I could flip it.
I bet you didn't.
I did. I bought it.
How many have you sold?
Oh, I haven't listed it. So.
Oh, wait a minute. You only bought one?
Yep.
Oh, no big deal. I thought maybe you bought a tub of them or something.
Oh, no. I only bought one because I wasn't smart. Okay, so I have an espresso machine in here, too. You want me to show you my espresso machine?
Of course.
Okay.
And maybe somebody in the chat can tell me, because it's one of those things I've never looked up. I'm not exactly sure what espresso is. It's coffee, right? Is it just coffee, a fancy name for coffee?
Yeah. It's this one. And then it's got attachments and stuff. So it's in here.
Do you need attachments for coffee?
Yeah. Oh, maybe that's not it. Is this the attachments to it? Hang on. Oh, yeah. It's a Nespresso. Nespresso. Oh, did you get another one? Or is that me? Was that me?
No, that's one of those just for you things. And I have told them like 500 times, you don't have anything for me. Don't send me notifications. But it keeps coming back.
So it's a Nespresso. And here's all the coffee pods. So it's a Nespresso.
Is that like a brand name?
Yeah. It's an espresso machine.
Sue said that it's very strong coffee in a small cup.
Yeah. Oh, no, it works. It does work. My father-in-law gave it to me. He doesn't use it anymore.
So it's like dehydrated coffee.
Yes. It's like a cappuccino on crack.
I don't drink coffee, so I haven't.
I'm just letting you know. Yeah. But it's this brand.
Machine.
List it? Yeah. Okay. So list it. Okay. So is that the big find of the day? Guys? Because I have to have one big find of the day, y'all. I gotta have at least one. I can't go. I've had at least one big find every week.
I think it's the iron rest.
We can't have this one not be the one, guys. We can't have this one not be the one. Okay, so I also have this one. This is belts help people walk. That was my list. It's the belt.
A gate belt.
Huh?
It's a gate belt.
Yes. But that's how I listed it. Belts that help people walk. So I have those.
Yeah.
And I also have, I have a portable outlet. I have a Y cable. I have an IBM lift tape.
Oh, a correction tape.
Yeah. Do I keep it or let it go?
Oh no, I'd get rid of all that stuff.
Like garage sale it?
Yeah, for me, yes.
Okay.
Well, you won't get anything for that in a garage sale, and I would check, but the problem with the correction tapes is as that tape gets old, a lot of times if it's yellowed at all, the stuff flakes off when you try to use it.
Oh, okay. And then I have this shaver.
Like a fabric shaver?
Yeah. No, it's not a fabric shaver. Oh, is it a fabric shaver?
No, that's a face shaver.
Oh, it's a personal shaver.
Is it used?
Now
it is.
Yeah. No, are you guys going to storage unit? No. It's a Philips 7865 rechargeable.
Like a Norelco.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. For me personally, I'm like not a picky person. Most of my clothes cost $1, but I'm not using a used razor.
No.
And I know that it doesn't touch the skin, but for me, I'm like, yeah. Okay. So I don't want to sell it because
Okay. So put that in the garage sale? Okay. I'm okay with emptying stuff out, guys. I'm okay with that.
Don't go by me.
Yeah, that's what you're here for.
By
the way, we're here for that. Okay, how about your future looks bright greeting cards?
Yeah, I mean, that's super cool. I don't want to say anything because you're going to start throwing it all in the garage sale.
I'm okay with that, Scott. I'm okay with it. These are brand new. I'm like, but these are brand new.
Yeah. How much are they going to sell for, realistically? What is it?
Crissy says yard sale.
I think yard sale, but
I listen to you guys.
I just don't think you're going to get enough for it. Think about it. If you sell something for $8 after eBay fees and everything, somebody gets to leave you feedback for under $6. For me, that's not worth it.
Okay. How about this puppuccino that I got for $4 from Marshall's, and it's a puppy toy.
A toy?
It's a dog toy that I got from $4 from Marshall's, and I did get a few of these. Like I got different dog toys.
Right. Do you have a dog?
Oh, you're not coming to? Okay, bye. You're not going to the storage unit?
No, I'm not.
Okay, bye. Love you, bye. I guess we're not going to the storage unit today.
No, but I can't. I have to go to work soon.
Okay, love you, bye. Bye, Marcus. We're not going to the storage unit today. No, I don't have a dog. I got this to sell. I got these because they were $4, and I thought, oh, I can sell these.
With dog toys, normally on things like that, if they're new, if you build a small lot of them, then you can make it worthwhile to ship it and get that.
Okay, so do a lot. Okay,
that's what I would do. If you have,
I do have several of them.
Because even if they're identical, the dog will, my dog would tear through that thing so quick that having 4 or 5 of them, if he liked them, would be better than having.
Okay. And then I have. Oh, I'll do this over here because I know it's noisy. It's a paper mache. It's not paper mache like a paper mache, but it's like a paper mache elephant. Handmade.
See, that is super cool.
Yeah, it is.
It's more modern. That's not vintage.
From the landfill.
You got that from the landfill?
I saved it from the landfill.
Oh, see, that's the kind of stuff I sell right there.
I
would totally sell that. Yes. That's awesome.
So is this the winner?
That's the winner for me, by far.
Well, I'm asking your opinion because that's why you're on here. Expert.
Yeah. What are the tusks made out of? If it's very old, you just have to make sure they're not ivory. If you look at it up close, ivory will have a grain pattern running through it. You'll see striations in it. Are the ears leather?
The ears feel leather.
Yeah.
They do feel leathery. Yeah.
See, for me, I would probably price that. That's a good size too. I'd probably price that $40 to $60.
Okay.
Elephants with their trunk up are considered good luck.
Yeah.
And I don't. That's. I can't believe somebody threw that
Feels
out.
waxy.
Um,
So I got this at the 4th of July sale. Okay, so I'm gonna put this over here. Congratulations, you win. So I got this at the 4th of July sale last year. That the person, it was the poor family. They were, it was one of those things. It wasn't an estate sale specifically, but it was like an estate sale run by like their the sisters or aunts or cousins or something. It was like 5 women, and they were just like literally throwing stuff in the dumpster. And if anybody was here, I would have been like, even one of my girlfriends, I'm like, can you please get here and bring your tennis shoes? And she's like, if I could, I would. Can you climb in the dumpster? And I'm like, I'm scared to get in the dumpster alone. Like, I can't climb in there without anybody getting in there with me. Because there was like they were getting in there and throwing stuff. But if I were to fall in there, I don't know these people. Like, I don't know if they would rescue me. So I'm like, I can't get in there with confidence. You know what I mean? And so I was like, I just wasn't confident to climb in the dumpster to rescue stuff. But they had a ton of stuff. Like, I got the Polaroids. I got those, the mugs. I got the elephant. I got pictures. I got some Avon stuff that I wasn't comfortable getting, but I like sorts. I sorted some stuff out for her too. I got dishes. I got Carnival glass. I love Carnival glass. Like, love it.
Cheryl asked, I think it was Cheryl, that is the elephant, is it possibly leather wrapped? Because I have a camel that was leather wrapped, like very thin leather put over the paper mache. I
can ask the hubs.
Okay.
I will ask the hubs because
honestly, that's a really nice piece. Like that's a really nice. Don't smell the elephant butt. It's not.
No, I was smelling the hip, but no, everything in there kind of smells like the candles because the candles were sitting on top of the box. So everything has that candle floral smell. So I can't smell if it smells like leather.
Of all the stuff you've pulled out since I've been here, I would list the elephant today if that were at my house.
Okay. Yes. Yay. Thank you. That's awesome.
Super cool piece. And I love it that it came out of a dumpster. Think about that. That thing was going to get just thrown away and disappear forever.
Well, this guy had a collection of everything, and him and his mom had lived in this house, and they lived in the country, so they had all kinds of stuff in this house. And the garage, if the garage door could have opened, Scott, I would have been able to see more. Like, I even saved. Hold on one second, I'll be right back. I'll show you what I saved.
I feel like we could do stuff with her gone. Oh, she can hear me.
I'm coming. I saved this. Can you see it?
Yeah. Is that uranium glass?
I tried to look at it under black light. I don't think it's uranium.
Okay. That's super nice.
And this is silver. I just haven't polished it up yet. But it's an ice bucket. I did look it up on eBay. There has been a couple sold. I'm debating on selling it. I really love it. I think it's gorgeous.
It really is. That's super nice.
This was buried in magazines in a box. And all I saw was just this piece of it, like just a little bit. I saw the green and I was like, and I just dug it out. And it was filthy, just disgustingly filthy. No chips, no marks, no damage. But I dug that beautiful piece out and I was like, I am rescuing you. You are coming home with me. So imagine just that one thing. Imagine all the other stuff that was in there.
Yeah.
I was like, I wish I could have just stayed and if I could have seen in the garage, but the garage door was only open like this much. So I couldn't even see in there. There was no light, no electricity in that house.
Were you allowed in there?
I'm sorry?
Were you allowed to go in the garage?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. But I couldn't see. There was no light in there. And so I had my my phone light. And so I'm like,
See, I think we might be wired different. Like
what?
I would have squirrel monkeyed my way in there and learned to see in the dark. Like
I tried. Well, that's how I found that. And I found a couple of magazines. I did find a few magazines in there. I was like, ooh, I'm going to take this one. Ooh, I'm going to take this one. And I found a magazine that was from, oh gosh, 1930 of how to be a better wife. You know, how to treat your husband, you know, make sure he has a drink when he comes home.
Yeah.
You know, make sure that kind of thing. Yeah. And I brought it home to my daughter. She was like, oh no, this is funny. Yeah. And I'm like, yeah. So when you become a wife, she's like, I'm not getting married.
The coolest thing I ever pulled out of a dumpster, we weren't garage selling or anything. In fact, Melody and I think we're still dating. We may have been married. Anyway, I could see this thing sticking out of a dumpster and it looked like a picture frame. And unlike you, I'm like, I'm going in. And Melody, like, she's just mortified that I'm going to dive in this dumpster. And I dive in, and it was a frame full of military medals.
Ooh, wow.
Oh, well, no, but then I find the guy, he's got I don't remember. Oh, he had a Purple Heart. And I find all of this stuff. And of course, his name's in there. And doing what I do, this was back when there was no internet. You had a phone book, and his last name was like Johnson. And
oh, wow.
Yeah, no kidding. And so this was in Temple, which has a population of like 60,000 at the time. So I go to Johnson, and I thought his name wasn't in there. And I thought, I'm just going to call one. And I'm not kidding. On my second phone call, I get this guy's daughter.
No.
And he was a patient at the Veterans Administration Hospital and going through a rough time and threw all of his stuff away.
Oh.
And so I was at his apartment complex is where this stuff was. And she said, please don't take it back to him because he's just going to throw it away again. So I gave it all back to her. But that was
awesome.
Again, you save something, you know, because I mean, that's been 30, 35 years ago.
Yeah. Cottage Keeper, thank you so much. Yeah. I don't know if it glows in the dark or not. I don't know yet. I haven't taken it outside. I guess I could go look and see. I don't know. But yeah, so I'm not afraid of diving in. I just need somebody to be there in case that somebody calls 911. I just need to
eventually get out. You've even seen the videos on YouTube with the raccoon. Somebody will eventually put a board in it. Like,
Excuse me. What's funny about that is that when I worked at the bank, I had made a friend that actually she and I went dumpster diving a couple times behind like the malls, and we found a few things that was fun. That was kind of fun. It was really fun to do that, and it was neat.
I would love it. I would do it, and I would probably put it on my YouTube channel. But in Waco, which is the closest city to me, it's actually against the city ordinance.
Yeah.
That you're not allowed to do it. And I'm way too pretty for prison. So.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, they don't serve wine there, so I can't. So I can't go. I drink
a lot of wine, but
yeah. And you don't drink, but you are too pretty to go. So yeah, there's
yeah. In the regular world, I on my good days I hit average. In prison,
I wouldn't survive. Yeah. I'd be like, okay, I'm done. Can I go now? What do I need to do? I'm out. Yeah. And you know, what's sad is that like I've seen, so I've subscribed to a few people that are on YouTube about dumpster diving and whatnot. And it's really cool because like you said, some of the places you can, and it's okay to do it. It's legal. But here there are some areas that you can't. And they have signs and stuff, but it really makes me annoyed that some stores would rather break the items and destroy it versus give it to somebody or donate it to a charity. And we always go round and round. All of us as resellers, we try to save anyways. We try to save it from the landfill. Like this was a dumb buy, and I realize that, but I'll take the loss and I'll sell it at my garage sale and it'll be fine. You know what I mean?
And somebody's grandmother somewhere may want that. When
Exactly.
I first moved to Texas, I managed Foot Action, and one of the jobs they gave me one day is we were cleaning out the storeroom, and I thought I was going to be boxing up all of these old shoes to send back in. They just didn't sell. They'd been there for quite a while. And their instructions to me were to cut them. I had to take a razor and cut the sides of them and throw them all in the trash. And I'm like, well, why am I?
Oh.
It's not just a lazy point. I mean, like, it's like
Oh.
you guys have never been poor. What are you doing? And so I didn't do it. Like, they can't fire me now. I've been gone since like 85, but I didn't cut them. I thought, yeah, it'd be great if I put these in the dumpster and somebody gets them out. But
Yeah.
that was, and keep in mind, ownership has changed many times. They may not do that anymore.
Yeah.
But they didn't want anybody competing with them. And I'm like, this stuff already didn't sell.
Yeah.
It already didn't sell. Like, it's
Right.
been in the store since birth. And
Right.
you want me to cut it up to where nobody can get any value out of it. And even today, that makes no sense to me.
No, it doesn't.
None
None at all. And it drives me bananas. It drives me bananas.
You can't use that iron thing that you have.
Mm-mm.
But if you put it out for a quarter at a garage sale,
Yep.
somebody, who knows? They got a craft project or
Somebody
something.
will use it. Somebody will definitely use it. Yeah. And that's why
If you flip it up with the knobs up and you put it like on a Halloween costume at the top, it would make amazing
exactly. How cool would that be? Yes, exactly. You are not wrong. You're not wrong. I love, and did you see in the chat how everybody's like, sell the bucket, sell the bucket? Well, it's funny because like I have, not funny, but every time that I like have stuff at my garage sale, I always donate to somewhere. So there's like always places to donate. There's, if you just look around in your community, there's somewhere something can go to, you know, like I did not realize we have a special needs school that's down the street until my daughter drove by and she's like, Mom, did you know there's a special needs school over by the church? And I'm like, we don't have littles anymore. Like, how would I know this? Right. I mean, I don't have a little kid, but she happened to be driving by and was at the restaurant that was over there. And she was like, yeah, it's a special needs school. And I'm like, okay, guess what? As soon as I get a box, that's a full box full of toys and stuff, I will call them and ask them if I can donate. So I did at our last garage sale and we had a lull. I called the school and I said, hey, you know, I'm having a garage sale. I've got some leftover stickers and crayons and stuff like that. Is it something that you guys are able to have? Right. Is it a donation? She says, oh my gosh, thank you so much. That would be lovely. Thank you. So I have a full box and now I can take it to the school. Yeah. And it takes me nothing. It's a drive down the road.
You know, this is such a wasteful society as a whole. Mm-hmm. One of the things that I did at the school, and I'm going to tell you what it is, and you're going to think, wow, like, how can you afford that? So as a kid, you know, we didn't have anything. Like, we didn't have anything. And so on the first day of school, when the kids show up with supplies, I just didn't take them, like, because we weren't going to get them. And you know what the lists say? You've seen the list. Like, you need 7 boxes of tissue paper and 400 pencils. And like, my family was never going to do that. Yeah. So this would have been maybe 2007. The first thing I did was the school would supply all of the school supplies, period. Every sheet of paper, every pencil. I didn't do the backpacks or the sleeping mats, something that would go home and get washed by the parents. And Penelope has about 200 kids, pre-K through 12. And then I opened a daycare at the school. So, you know, 200 and some kids. How much do you think it cost for the entire year for me to supply all of the school supplies?
A lot.
Like, how much do you think? Just make a wild guess.
I would imagine that would probably cost you a good $8,000.
It was about $3,000 for me to supply everything because I bought it in bulk. And I told the teachers, you don't have to hoard tissue paper because we can get more if we need it. Yeah. And how much do you think it would have cost my parents if they all had to go out and buy supplies for the kids?
Right. And
such a wasteful thing. Mm-hmm. And it separated kids, you know, because I know I was one of the kids separated from it.
Yeah.
And it didn't cost much. I had an amazing teacher there who would go get it. She'd order the stuff and go get it.
That's awesome.
And but the cost of it was so much smaller than it would have been for the parents.
Yeah.
And the stress level for the parents was zero. The only thing I couldn't do, I did it one year, and then I guess there was a lot of heat at our, the Walmart. I said it's like 20 some miles from me. They put out the school list every year.
Yeah.
So I printed up our school list and Penelope ISD, and it said all of the supplies are being supplied to every kid by the school district and our BSO, which is like a PTO.
Yeah.
And like they wouldn't let me put that out every year after that.
Oh, yeah.
Parents were like mad. I was like,
yeah, they should. Yeah, it was like, okay, bring pencils.
Yeah,
you need pencils and a notebook. That's all you need.
Well, no, we did that too. Like,
well, I mean, did they make you at least did they make you put something on there or no?
Oh, Walmart. No, they wouldn't let me put it out because.
Oh, they just wouldn't let you put it out.
They wouldn't let me put it out. Like,
oh, wow.
And it was petty on my part because Penelope, and you don't know anything about the demographics here. We're like 90% low SES. This is one of the poorest communities in Central Texas. You have to get down to the border of Texas to get this because there's no industry. It's farmland and it's an exceptionally poor area. Yeah. And everybody around me has more wealth. Like, and because of some funding issues, Penelope actually got like $800 less per kid than the surrounding districts.
Oh, wow.
It's a long story, but it's a long story that it's a political story that Penelope got caught in the web, but didn't have anything to do with it.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, well, it just is what it is. We still crush them. I mean, I wasn't, if there's a contest, we're still going to win. But, schools, as far as giving back, there's so much waste. And it goes back to you, the things in the dumpster. Yeah. It just shouldn't be there. And you can't, like, what do we do? Like,
right. Well, and the clothes too. Crissy had volunteered recently, and I hope that she doesn't mind me sharing this, but like volunteered, and this is our school too. So I think all high schools do this, if I'm not mistaken, but most high schools, I won't say all, but most high schools. So our high school has a daycare also in Orange County in Orlando. Not all, thank you. Not all, thank you. But Orange County, Orlando alone has so many. I can speak on Orlando. So Orlando has a lot of schools that have daycares in them. So they also have low-income families. So I can speak on that for sure. So we have a lot of low-income families. We have a lot of, because we're public schools. So there you go. But they have where we can go and they can have food. They have food pantries. Mm-hmm. And then also where you can donate anything to it, really. So food pantries, clothes, baby stuff, things like that for the ones that have the daycares. So Crissy was actually able to go to her son's school and go and volunteer and shop. And where the people came and they actually had vouchers and they had shopping. So they had clothes and new, if you had new socks and underwear. So those had to be new, but everything else could be gently used, clothing and things like that. So that was awesome. So like if you guys ever come across where you're not able to sell things like that, look at your high schools. Look at closed it for the district. Yeah, so they could shop for clothing. So look at your schools and stuff like that. So if you guys are like, hey, I'm just frustrated with these Disney clothes or these whatever clothes, these Ching clothes, they're not selling. Guess what? The kid at the school that can't buy clothes, they're going to be so glad that you gave them this shirt off your back because they don't have it. They have been wearing the same shirt for 3 days. Yeah. And that's embarrassing to a teenager. So they're going to want that shirt. They're going to want these clothes. So that's another place now that since she reminded me about that, and I totally kind of forgot because I had been giving to the same places. I'm like, you know what? I know that we're in March, but school's still in session and school's going to happen. And I'm going to call the school now and see if I can donate to them.
100%.
Because why not, and childcare, I mean, these teenage moms are, I don't know about, I'm going to kind of go off on a small tangent, but like our teenage parents, they actually have to volunteer in the daycares as part of the high school programs. So it's part of it, and they have to learn all these things. So I'm like, you know what? I have things like this.
Yeah.
Not that one, but like I have like some odds and ends that I could absolutely donate. So,
One of the things that we're in a unique position because as resellers, we go out and look at stuff all the time. We are always looking at things. And I haven't done it in the last couple of years because they haven't had them. But for years, I would save prom dresses.
yeah,
Prom dresses are crazy expensive. These kids wear them once. And now you're talking about a community that as a whole doesn't have that. But there's still an expectation. There's this. So I saved up maybe 40 prom dresses. And keep in mind, the junior and senior class in Penelope is maybe 20 girls altogether, 25.
Yeah.
And so, I had 40 dresses. And the deal was the girls, and they're all new because you guys know if you're at the Goodwill bins, you're going to see prom dresses. So over the course of a year at garage sales and stuff, I bring home the ones that are perfect, and the girl gets to keep it. She can take it, try it on, and it's her prom dress. It's not reused. Nobody wore it last year. And COVID ended some of that, where you can't, you weren't having prom. But as resellers, we're in a unique position to give back. And I know a lot of the people in the chat, and I know you, and I know I've met so many people, and a lot of people are like, resellers are stealing. The resellers I know, like even they give away so much more to the poor and the needy than all of the people that are saying that we're stealing. None of those people are doing what the resellers I know are doing. I bet you could go through this list right here, and everybody in there, when they're out looking, they're looking like, okay, I can sell this, but I know who needs this. All day, every day, all of us.
100%.
Love what we do.
I agree. I totally agree. I know I'm in the right place in my life. Like this was, when I got sick a couple of years ago and knocked on my butt, literally, I was like, how am I going to get back to work? How am I going to do this? How am I going to take care of my son and myself? What am I going to do? And because I'm not one to sit, I don't sit well. I
really
don't. Yeah, I know. Right. I don't, I can't function. And so, once I started my physical therapy and getting back to being able to walk again and being able to function again and do things again, I was like, okay, well, maybe I can start selling a couple things and get back into eBay and see what that's about again, and start selling. And just, that's how I kind of approached it. I was like, maybe I can just do that, a couple things. And then I started learning more and being more active and getting back to being me again. And I couldn't go back to work for somebody, thankfully. And now I work for me, and I love what I do. And man, this is like the best thing out of what happened that could be for me. You know what I mean? I met so many amazing people, and being able to do what I do and share this joy with everybody, and to meet people like you that just share the same joy, that give back to the community, that are amazing. It's awesome. I love it.
I spent so much of my life on the receiving end of it, that you survive by the kindness of strangers.
Yeah.
We're living in a different world in that not only do we get a chance to give back, but there are so many more opportunities like eBay that you can start with almost nothing. You got to have a phone, or you could do the garage sale thing and get started till you can get a phone. I mean, it's a unique time. And I really think with social media and some of the opportunities that are available, you're going to see a massive wealth shift for people that are ready to take advantage of it. And I'd like to see more of that. Like, look, I make a living on eBay. I make a little bit on YouTube. I make money on Amazon Associates. And like, none of these things even existed. And you don't have to have massive wealth to
Mm-mm.
to start tapping into that.
Yeah.
And I don't know, just it's an exciting time to be able to help people change things on a generational level.
I agree. I totally agree. And that's one of the things I was sharing with Christy. I was like, in the beginning of like this whole like storage unit thing, you know, I miss like going out and sourcing. And then I was like, I kind of was jonesing, you know what I mean? Like going through withdrawals.
Yeah.
I was like, I want to go out. I want to go out. And then I kind of had to like get in my own head. I'm like, I have a whole storage unit. Like,
Yeah.
why do I need to go anywhere? Like, sincerely,
Yeah.
look at all this stuff. Like, where do I need to be? Like, I don't need to go anywhere. I could just go there. Like, that's just nuts.
Yeah. So let me tell you how to justify it, because that's what this is about, right? So let me tell you how to justify it.
Oh gosh.
So when Melody and I in 2018, when I came home full time, we were doing on a good day, we'd do $100, and our average sale price was somewhere between $15 and $20, maybe 18, if my memory serves. So we ended up having more stuff than what we could list. And so what we did is we still went out, but I said, now we're not going to bring home anything less than $25. And when we get too much of that, let's give away everything over here that's under 20. And so how we've gotten to where, you know, I don't pick up items unless they're 50 or $60, unless the plan is to give that to somebody else.
There you go. Yeah.
I don't and trust me, you have one storage locker. I have more than you do.
Yeah.
But it's not a death pile. It's my backstock, because when they shut the country down, you might not be able to go out. But when that started, if you go back and look at my Instagram posts, I posted on there, anybody who's short, I have inventory for you. You don't have to buy it. We can do a no contact meeting and we can get you as much inventory as you need.
Yeah.
And the whole time it gave me the opportunity to continually go out, and now I'm cherry picking. And then it's just a matter of how much can I learn to keep raising my average sale price, because I don't want to work harder. I see all those people like, hey, I can list 60 items a day. No.
Yeah. And I really, Scott, I honestly, my goal is to I want to financially get to the part where I was when I was working. I want to financially get to that number. I really do. Like, I have to admit, I miss that.
And what did you do?
I'm sorry?
What did you do before?
I was a personal banker.
A personal banker, like.
So I worked at a bank, and I would be, So I would, I know, go figure, right?
Loan shark, like, and totally believe in it. I'm like, okay.
No, I would. So you would come see me for a loan. So
Okay. Okay.
So,
I don't know what that pays, but let's take a look at it, and what does it take to get there? You have limited time, period, because we all do. You're only alive so many hours a day. And so you break that down into what do you have to do to replicate that salary. And I would tell you, the first thing you've got to do is to take a look at that salary and in your head double that, because you're capable of more. Was it 75,000, 100,000, whatever it was, you could probably blow by that.
It was lower than that. But so I made back then, at 42.
Okay. So when I was superintendent, and it's all public knowledge, you can get on and probably in your state as well, and you could put in superintendent salary 2007. Mine was like 130 grand. And of course it dropped drastically when I retired. But one of the things that I've learned throughout my whole life is that I was always guilty of selling myself short. So there was never a plan when I retired for me to try to get to 130. Like, now that I have free time, the only thing between me and however much I can make is me. So I would tell you, multiple streams of income. Are you monetized on YouTube yet?
Oh gosh, no.
Okay. Well, you will be though.
Yeah. I will someday. Yeah, I will. Yeah. I'm not like saying no, never. I'm just not yet. Not yet.
Not yet. Yeah. But what I would say, and this is what I would tell any kid, including you, is that start working on what are those multiple streams of income that I can do without killing myself. Like, I just I've got YouTube, which I can't believe I make anything at it, but I do. Like,
it's awesome.
I just can't even believe it. But then I have the Amazon Associates, which blows me away even more because somebody has to watch the video, find the link in my description, click on that, and then go buy something. And I make a little bit doing that. And I just got approved for the Amazon. Have you looked up Amazon Influencer?
Not yet, because I just had heard you talk about that in your last video, and you were like, or with the addicts.
Yeah.
I was like, holy smokes, that is so cool.
Right. So now I just started, but I have like 7 videos that are on Amazon, like on the product page.
That is awesome.
And it takes a while for that to make money. But I would tell anybody, whatever you were making, if you were making 42, I set your goal at 84. And so what exactly would that look like where you still can spend time with your family and take care of your son? How many items can you list a day reasonably? And then you have a storage locker full of stuff, but now you start picking out things like the elephant.
Yeah. Being very picky.
Well, like your ice bucket, that's going to be way more per hour than what you were making at the bank.
Yeah.
And you use the back stock that you have. You don't ever have to quit listing anything, but then you just keep slowly raising it because you're super smart. So go out and keep learning everything. And that's how you can be more competitive and more successful than anybody else. And that's all I'm doing. Like there's nothing smart or scientific about what I'm doing. I'm just trying to I don't want to work very hard. Like I really, what I'd like to do is I like to take a break and go fishing in the tank behind my house.
Yeah. Right.
And make enough money to where I can take care of my family and have some to give away. And,
I agree. And that's the goal. I mean, and I had even told with Rachel and Crissy, I'm like, I always get really happy when I'm like paying off a card or, paying down something. Cause when, hey, Red Dirt Picker, how's it going, guys? When I get to, those goals, because, things happen when you lose your job. And so, this is one of those things that I'm like, okay, we have my hubs and I, marked things that we have priorities for. And this is one of those things that I'm like, I want to make a certain amount so we can get to those goals. Right. And I think that this conversation's really helped me kind of realize, even more so of what I need to be more picky about. And that's really helpful. This has been really super helpful. I appreciate that a lot. I really do.
You have a ton of stuff, and I think that's actually helpful. I have a ton of stuff here too. And unless it's super, super easy, because my most valuable asset and the one that I'm running out of the fastest is time. Everything else, every day you're using up whatever you've got left. Yeah. And so like the Anna Lee dolls, we could list those so fast, and the shipping it was so fast. So even though they weren't at what I want my average sale price to be, they still fit within those mental hoops I'm jumping through. Whereas the elephant, it's going to take longer. It's going to take some measurements, but I think that thing's got to be somewhere between 75 and 125, if I had to guess. And I would have to look and see, but if my gut on the bucket says, is it 925? Is it marked 925 silver, or is it silver plated?
I can look. Hang on. But
anyway, for me, I would say somewhere in that $50 to $75 range without having looked it up. And if it's not uranium glass, but it's just super cool. So
it is super cool.
So how many items do you normally list a day?
I can list up to about 10 to 15 a day when I'm when I actually get my pictures. So usually my schedule is certain days a week. I do Tuesdays are my picture days. And then 2 days a week we do art. And then after art, I do my listings. And so the other 2 days, 2 or 3 days I list, and then I delist and relist 2 or 3 days a week too. So I always list every single day. So I do at least 10 to 15 every day, whether it be new or delisting and relisting.
So I can count on one hand
if that makes sense.
Number of times in the last year that I've listed 15 items.
Yeah. Is that not enough?
No, we never list that many. We list between 5 and 10 max, but I'm more interested in listing a dollar value. So if I'm listing $100 items and I list, $600 items, I've put $600 up for sale. And, because I mean, even last year, YouTube has really clobbered my eBay.
Yeah.
Because I spend a lot of time on YouTube because I want it to be helpful, and I'm not good enough yet to do that easily. So, but I still smoked 42,000, but you're working harder. Like, look, if you're going to take advice for somebody on how to get stuff done, don't talk to somebody like who's super efficient. Talk to somebody who's super lazy. They're going to figure out how to get it done without having to work very hard. So, like, I'm your huckleberry right here.
Yeah.
Like,
no, but it's good to have a mix of people, I think, because you take what you need from everybody. You know what I mean? You take what you need from everybody. The rest just kind of falls back because, you can't just take from one person. You know what I mean? Because it's not all going to work for you on that same level. You know what I mean?
Exactly right. Right.
That's what I get anyways. I think like just having everybody's pieces always work,
That's exactly. Well, and everything for us changed. Our when our son was born, I was pretty strict, and it turns out, my son isn't wired that way, and it wouldn't have worked at all. And then life changed again when Melody's dad had a stroke, and so no matter what you're doing, whether it's eBay or working at the bank, life turns upside down in
a heartbeat
with one car accident, with one trip to the doctor, or one trip to the boss's office. Everything can change drastically. And so what I like about what we do is that you can insulate yourself from the unexpected with what we do.
Yeah.
You have flexibility of time on your end, because you ought to be able to get to 42. At your end, just focus on the average sale price, including time listed. Because like if you can, like the mop pads, I always point to the mop pads that Melody and I sell. I get $6.99. I clear $5, but I made one listing almost 7 years ago now. I'm only halfway through them, and I'm somewhere around $6,000.
Oh my gosh! What's funny about that is that I every month I say I'm just gonna like delete my Amazon, and every time I do, I mean it's $40 a month. That's a lot of money, and I'm like I don't need this dadgum account. I really don't like, and I really should because it's $40 a month.
What do you mean? What are you paying $40 for?
I have a store, like an Amazon store, or I think that's what it's called. Like,
okay, like you sell on Amazon?
I do, because I was doing well last year at it. It was paying for itself last year, and I was making a little bit every month, like for 5 months. I was.
No, think about this for a minute. I'm just listening to the inflection in your voice, and you're like, I made a little bit.
Yeah.
And already I can hear the disappointment in your voice for the investment that you're making. And it's not about the $40. Like you can sell the elephant and pay for a month of Amazon. Yeah. So if you're not investing in the platform, then the platform's probably not worth it.
Right.
And you don't have to feel bad about that. Like it just, I don't have anything like that. But every once in a while, Melody and I go through and we evaluate, because you have this tendency to have your subscriptions creep up, like you're subscribed to that. Yeah. And those creep up. But, we don't have a car payment. We don't have consumer debt. And that took a long time to get rid of.
Yes.
Like that took a long time to get rid of. But that gave us more flexibility. Part of, I'm still driven by fear. I don't want to be homeless. And like, if you've never been, you can't understand what it's like that you've got nowhere to go.
Right.
Like you've got nowhere to go. And to go through that for years, it soaks into you. And like, I can't get rid of that. So even though realistically I can look at it and I can say, I'm probably not going to wind up homeless.
You're not going to end up homeless, but
your retirement income, and I've got things pretty well taken care of.
Yeah.
But I still
trauma is always there.
And so I try my best to understand how money works. And the worst thing that you could do is to learn how to use credit and debt, in my opinion.
Yeah.
All that does is make somebody else already owns my time. And I don't want anybody to own my time. I want to be able to give my time away to the people and things that I think are valuable.
Yeah.
And I can't do that if I have a car loan. So everybody who's got a car loan has a newer car than me. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they do. Like, I have my newest car is a 15 with 160 miles on it. And then I've got a truck that's an 05 with like 88,000 miles on it.
Oh, wow.
I'm not buying a new car. Like,
Yeah.
unless I could pay cash for it, I'm not buying a new car. Like,
Yeah.
period.
We got ours because I was still working.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
let's face it, I was working and I wasn't planning on not working. You know what I mean? Like it was awesome. And but everybody has to do what they have to do. You know what I mean? Like there's no, it's one of those things that, you know, we taught our daughter, we're like, if you're going to buy a car, you're going to have to buy it on your own. And she did. You know, we gave her first car. For $500, we bought it. And it was a piece of junk, knowing she was not going to do well with it. And she unfortunately totaled it in 6 months. And the second car, she did the same thing. But, you know, life happens and she had to buy the third car and it was a lemon.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
but in any case, you know, we just have to, we taught her, you know, you have to pay cash for it and things like that. And she did, but we do have car payments and they're not very high. But we, again, you know, I was working at the time and I was like, you know, it's going to be fine because I'm working and
Right.
you know, but it's fine. And it's fine. We can handle it. But the Amazon thing, yes, you're absolutely right. I'm annoyed at myself because I was doing Roman was saying, or Red Dirt Picker was saying, you know, I can absolutely cancel that subscription and do, you know, just do it as, and I do it as merchant fulfilled, by the way. I do it on my own. I don't ship it off or anything. They don't have it. I have it here. But you know, that to me is like that $40 is $40. And even though if I can sell it, but are you saying, Scott, to kind of just say, you know, if you're selling the elephant, then what's that big deal? Is that what you're saying?
What I'm saying is, so when you were telling me and telling us about Amazon, your tone of voice sounds, I mean, more than just like, I'm not sure it's good. You sound defeated by it. And I'm just saying that $40 a month, first of all, isn't throwaway money. That's real money.
Yeah.
And yes, you can make it up, but you don't sound invested in it in a way that's positive. You sound negatively invested in it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm saying, unless you're making a boatload of money, that's not worth it.
Yeah.
If you looked at it and you're like, man, I'm kicking myself because I could do these things on it and I need to reinvest my time.
Yeah.
But that's not what I heard. What I heard is that it's $40 a month and I really, it was better last year. And I'm not hearing anything that's like, man, I love it and I miss it and I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
That's not what I'm hearing.
I am not getting out of it what I put into it.
Right.
That's for sure. Yeah. eBay, love all the way.
Right.
But Amazon, I'm not getting in it. Yeah.
I had a booth for a while.
Cottage Keeper.
I had a booth for a while and I loved decorating it. Like, I mean, I'm pretty good at that. It was very cool. And I had super cool stuff in there. And between paying for the booth and them getting 10% of everything I sold, I actually, for the year that I kept it, I actually got money twice. Like every other month, I barely broke even. And and so when you looked at it as a whole, was it cool to have a booth like that? It was, because mine was like, I need to see if I can drag up pictures of it. It looked really cool.
I bet.
But the reality of it is I was doing work, and other than having a cool booth, I was investing my time and my money for someone who owned the place and they didn't make much, but they were making a couple $100 a month between the 10% and the cost of the booth. And I was donating my stuff for them to do that. So for me, as much as I like the idea of a booth, without the traffic, that particular booth didn't work.
It wasn't worth it. Yeah. And that makes sense. And I kind of, sometimes I need to hear it from somebody else to be like, to kind of drill it. You know what I mean? To be like, you know, girl, come on, just cancel it already and just do the dollar. I like having the Amazon. I don't mind it because it is another source of income. And it does bring me a couple dollars, not a couple dollars, brings me more than a couple dollars. And I do have a couple things on there, like my Dollar Tree finds, like I sold, so silly, but I sold the Peeps, the jelly bean Peeps. So I got them for $1.25 and I sold them for $6. So I made a few dollars on them, not a whole lot, but I sold some for a couple, made a couple dollars on them. So, but I sold, 8 of them, 8 or 9 of them. So it's not too bad. That's not too bad. But again, it didn't pay for my $40. You know what I mean? So I'm like, ugh. So that's
see, for me, like I want to make a boatload of money.
Yes.
But I really want my time is, because all my life, all of my time belonged to other people. Like as a superintendent, you're owned. Like it's 70, 80 hours a week, every week. And at a bank too. Like,
you got to sell.
Right.
Scott, I'm going to have you this account. You sure you want this account? You want this credit card? You want this loan? Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I can tell you right now, my answer would have been no. We don't have a credit card. I don't even have one.
Oh, you sure you don't want one? This has good APR. Yeah.
100%. I am not going to take a cut rate discount on my time. And if I got a credit card, I get to work for somebody else at 29% interest or whatever they charge.
Yeah.
So, I have money wise, because it took me a long time to learn that I wasn't living the American dream. I was borrowing the American dream and it belonged to somebody else. And so starting in 2012, Melody and I changed everything and it took a long, long time.
Yeah.
And keep in mind, you listen to Dave Ramsey and he talks about the size of a shovel. Like I was making a lot of money, but it took a long time because I had dug a big hole and I was standing in the hole shoveling.
So. And you have to shift too. I know with Dave Ramsey, we did the Dave Ramsey plan. We don't agree with everything and you don't have to, but Christy's right. Like you don't have to agree with it all. Right. And that's okay. As long as you are responsiable with it. And it's one of those things that, credit cards are only worth it if you get the rewards, like they said, like Mary said, you get the reward and you pay it off. Like, that's what I tell my daughter. I'm like, have the credit card, but use it and then pay it right off right then and there. Like you have the receipt, just pay it off. Like use it for the rewards, pay it off. That's all you
didn't do that.
we didn't either. I was the worst example. We were the worst example. Worst.
No, we were like alcoholics. Like it was like
right. I mean, I went through debt collection or the debt refinement twice.
Yeah.
We did because we were 22. I didn't even know what a check was because my mother never taught me how to write a check. I thought a check was money. Yeah. I thought that if we had checks, then we had money in the bank. Yeah. I didn't know what bouncing was because nobody ever taught me that. So anyways,
yeah, I get it. Like, one of the things that Dave Ramsey said you had to do is you had to go in and pay for things. Like you had to cash in. Well, I have a wife and son who are never going to talk to anybody if they have a choice. And like, you can say, oh, well, they need to. No, they don't. Like they would not. Melody would run out of gas on the way home before she would go in and talk to somebody. And
Melody.
And my son would never go in. Like on a clinical level, he's not going in.
Oh, wow.
So like
he's super shy.
No, it's way more than that.
Oh, okay.
It's way more than that. Like it's not my story to share, but
yeah, I gotcha.
It's way more than that.
Okay.
It's way more than that.
But that's where the credit card comes in handy at the pump, and he uses the credit card versus debit card. So there you go, and he pays it or whichever works.
Yeah, we use a debit card, but again, nobody's playing exactly. It's like, and I try to tell people when we're talking reselling and a YouTube video, and a lot of the people that are on mine are beginners. And I'm like, this is how I do it. That doesn't mean that's the only way to do it.
Right.
I focus on average sale price and how much I'm listing a day. And if you listen to the daily refinement, it's very much about having very clean processes and stuff. And that's a way better plan for some people than mine. Yeah. Like, I don't want anybody to ever hear coming out of my voice or out of my mouth, that's the only way to do it.
Right.
I do it may be the worst way to do it. And like then people can watch the channel and say, okay, I need to figure out what not to do. Let's go watch Scott.
Yeah. We're going to go do something else. But that's true. I mean, and that's the thing is that if we can learn just a little bit from you, a little bit from somebody else, a little bit from somebody else, just a little bit to make our business better, you know, to make what we do individually just a little bit better. I mean, that's the goal. That's the ultimate goal.
Big time.
You know?
There's a book called 212. I think it's the name of the book, the number 212. And what it talks about, it might be 1 degree. It's either 1 degree or 212. But the premise of it's a very short book. It's not, it's not a big investment of time to read the book. It's very, very short. But the whole premise of it is that, a lot of us are rocking along at this level, and just with a little bit more effort, things could change. And it's basically using as the analogy that 211 degrees, water is hot. But at 212 degrees, everything changes and it becomes a gas.
Yeah.
And a lot of our lives are the same way that, we do enough to get by, but with this much more that separates us from everybody else. And that book had a big impact on me, especially when it came time to not, when I was going to school and college and all of those kind of things. And 212, the extra degree, Red Dirt Picker posted it there.
Extra degree, okay. Extra.
Red Dirt, I think that this shirt, it is not the 1975 shirt. I think this is a 1990 remake of that one. It's Grateful. It's Grateful Dead. It's Grateful Bins. It's a it's a Goodwill Bins find. I think virtually, if it's not a Profit Monster shirt or Joey's or one of the other, I got an Adam shirt, or I got some Mark Rober shirts. All of my clothes are from the Goodwill Bins.
I was like, you always wear the best shirts, I swear. And Mark Rober is amazing. He is amazing.
Like one of my favorite channels.
I used to pick on the Hubs all the time. I'm like, you are such a nerd. Stop. And then.
Did you turn into a nerd?
No, but I like his. No. I like some of his stuff. I like some of his stuff. I can't be a nerd. I can't. I don't know how. But, I try.
I was a nerd way back before anybody wore a Talk Nerdy to me shirt.
I'm a wannabe nerd. Though, I'm a chameleon. I kind of blend with everybody. So I'll say I'm a nerd sometimes.
Yeah. No, I mean, I was playing Dungeons and Dragons when nobody.
Before Dungeons and Dragons were cool?
Way before it was cool.
Yeah. I was like, my son does Dungeons and Dragons, and he does, because it's online, they're virtual. And so he'll say, I need to get home like on a Sunday night. We do Sunday dinner every Sunday with the family. And so he'll say every once in a while, he doesn't ever ask for much. And so he'll say, Mom, can we leave dinner around 7 tonight, 7:30? And I'm like, yeah, what's going on? He's like, well, I have a D&D tournament. And I'm like, okay. So around 7 o'clock, I'm like, okay, we got to, we start cleaning up and everything else. And, I already have told, the in-laws, we're going to leave early, la, la, la. And, right. And we tell them why. And so, we leave and we're on the way home. I'm like, are we still good? Are we on time? He's like, yeah. And so he's feverishly texting everybody. And I'm like, we're running on time. We're doing well. He comes in and he's like, okay, bye. And he shuts the door and he's like, and you could hear him in there. And then you hear him feverishly laughing at like 11 o'clock. And then I go knocking on the door. I'm like, excuse me. Hi. I live here too. Just FYI. And the dad and I need to go to sleep. So could you just
down?
I'm like, we still live here.
I intentionally don't play D&D or Final Fantasy or any of those things because, like, I think I could spend all of my time doing that.
Oh, sure.
Like, I loved it. And this is a totally kind of reselling related, except, so when I was in junior high, maybe heading into high school, I'm playing D&D like all the time, like wearing the 20-sided dice where it's just round. There's no corners on it anymore. And I was working as a busboy, so I actually had some money, and I had bought the Monsters Manual, all the original ones, because that's when I was alive. Sure. And one day I can't find them at all. My brother, who is a year older, Jim had overnight had joined some religious cult, like for real, and
no.
got home and my books are all gone. And Jim chunked everything out in the woods because
No.
he didn't want the house possessed.
Evil.
And like Jim got over it, like he left the cult. My dad convinced him after like 2 days, and I never got my books back until we grew up. I went to high school in Duluth, Minnesota, and like when the spring fall came around, I found them out in the woods. Of course, they're shot.
Oh no.
Oh, sorry, Jim, man. So like, I should buy me a.
Horrible.
I should buy those books. I can afford those books now.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Well, I want to show you one more thing that's reseller
All right.
related. I'll be right
All right.
back. Hold on.
Okay.
You're like this. I promise. Oh. One more thing. It might be two, but this has nothing to do with. Okay. So his dad gave me this last night. It weighs a ton. It's very heavy. It's a motorcycle jacket or horse jacket. And it's leather. And it says Leather King thin slate jacket. And it's heavy.
Leather King?
This one? What?
It says Leather King?
Yeah, and it's thin slate, so it's got the inside, as you can, it's really heavy. Holy crap. Sorry, my language. Gosh, it smells so good. But anyways, it's got these, oh my gosh. It's got these straps here, so it goes around your legs for when you're riding the motorcycle or a horse.
So is it like a duster length?
It's a duster length, yes. Yes, I need to sell it to Yellowstone. It's super heavy. I should sell it by the pound. He paid $200 for it back then, and he's only worn it once or twice. It's in pristine condition. And I was super excited to show you this today because I was like, oh, I have to show you.
Yeah, that's an actual duster.
Yes, it is. And it weighs like 1 billion pounds. I'm exhausted. I need a nap now.
So something like that is absolutely the kind of stuff I would be.
Yes, I am really. It is super heavy. Like,
yeah.
What did you say? I couldn't hear.
No, that's super cool. Like, it's leather?
Yes.
That's super cool because a lot of times you'll find those and they're like waxed cotton. But I don't know the brand Leather King very well. I just looked it up.
Yeah.
But on something like that, the brand it can matter if it were a brand like Filson or something.
Yeah.
The brand doesn't bring it down in value. All the brand can do on something like that is raise it up to ridiculous levels.
Yeah.
So duster like that, because that still has the cape part of it. And I don't know if it's built in on that.
Everything. It's removable. Everything. It's got snaps everywhere. I'm going to actually have my son be the mannequin.
Yeah.
He's got to put it on.
So keep in mind that most of those that had when is that from? Do you know? 90s? 2000s?
Oh gosh.
She's gonna have to work out again.
Where do I find it?
Well, it may not have the name. Just what does the Thinsulate tag look like? You don't have to hold it up there. I'm guessing 90s on that, but it may be the early 2000s. But the reality of it is that
I'll have to ask.
Take off on days that they didn't need it, and so by the time a lot of those things hit the resale market, they no longer have the cape. It's gone. And yours has the cape. It's leather. That's super cool. Value. I don't know. They don't have another one for sale, so that's one I'd get on WorthPoint and look up.
I saw a black one for sale.
Did you?
Yeah, and then I also have a down. Now this is super light. A Lands End down vest.
Oh, that'll sell. That's easy. That's not as cool.
No, it's not. But it was. I had it when I was pulling over here.
Yeah, that one's easy money. The other one's cool. So like, you know.
Yeah, but that one was super heavy, and I'm like, oh, I can't wait to show Scott tomorrow.
Yeah, no, I really, really like that. That's one I would 100% pick up if it were any reasonable cost.
Yeah. But he said he was he's been going through his stuff, cleaning out the attic and things like that. And when the guys pulled out Christmas stuff a few weeks ago and then pulled down some other things, he had said, "Hey, I've got, I found this," or in the closet rather, in the closet. He said, "Hey, I pulled this out of the closet, and do you want to sell this?" And I'm like, "I told you to give me everything and not throw anything out," because I yelled at him a couple weeks ago because he got rid of a whole bunch of pants. And I said, I gave him a what for. I didn't yell at him. I just gave him a what for. So he knows better.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
So,
I can't wait to see what he's got up in the garage because he's got. How much cheese do you have? He's like, I don't know what you're talking about. And I'm like, okay, just give me all your clothes.
yeah.
Because he was at Woodstock and he was at all those places. So I'm like, give him to me.
Oh, yeah. So what do you have coming up on your channel? Anything exciting coming up?
I was going to ask you the same thing too. So I have to make a video. I'm going to reorganize the storage unit and then make a video of that. Not today because the family left me. So, but I am going to reorganize and make a video because I have to do an update. And Rachel and I have our her whatnot auction on Friday.
Oh, that's right. Anybody that doesn't know that needs to head up. I don't use Whatnot, so I don't even know if I can watch it.
You can download it and use my link or her link. Use her link because then at least you'll get like a $15 credit, I think. And then you don't have to buy anything, but you can at least watch it. And if you do decide to buy something, you can. But definitely use hers. And it's benefiting Bradley's walk team. So everything that anybody purchases, like your donation, for an example, it was beautiful. Thank you again.
I had no idea what I was doing.
You did it. And my son, actually, he was enamored with it. He was like, wow. And I said, I've got a bid on this. So anyway, so we have that on Friday. So that's going to be very exciting. And I'm just very excited about that. So we'll be posting about that all week long, every day, all day. So that's kind of and then tomorrow I have my first ephemera sale on Whatnot. So I'm very excited about that. So I even have my nails all done. So, yeah. So what do you have going on this week?
My next video, I'm doing something different. I don't know, so when we get a message on eBay, Melody always has me respond. And when I was at the school, people would bring me, like if they were trying to type an email and to remove the angst or whatever, I would retype it and make it palatable. So what I thought I would do is do like maybe the top 20 questions that you have to respond to on eBay. And I type out the responses. I'll say, this is how I would respond to this, and this is how I respond to it. But then I thought I would make like a Google document that they can download where they can copy and paste and make it fit their situation. Because like we have a standard reply, like if somebody sends me a lowball offer on something that I have for sale, I have a standard reply that I do. And I have another one that if somebody sends me a lowball offer and the item was already on sale, because I would respond to that differently. Or like, how do you respond? Because I'm thinking of a new seller. Like, what do you do when you get a message from somebody that says, hey, this shows it's delivered, but I didn't get it? I have a standard response that tells them everything that they need to say that covers them with eBay. And I thought that might make a good video. So we'll see.
I love that.
Because one of the things I want to do on those is say, here's why I say this statement.
Yeah.
With the understanding that if they copy and paste it, they got to make it fit them. This is what I write, and it may not be germane to your situation, but it might be helpful for somebody who's brand new. Like most of us that have been selling for a while, if you get somebody that says, hey, this shows is received and I didn't get it, I want my money back. Well,
right.
A lot of us know how to respond to that. But if this is your third sale, first of all, it's probably a scam, and they're just going to get you to send them money before. I don't know. That's what I think I'm going to do for my next video.
I love it. And I'll tell you why. My brother-in-law is new to selling, and he asks me questions like that exactly often. And he has had scammers, and I have told him in a very loving way that they are scammers, and he gives me pushback. And I say to him, I promise you, these are scammers.
Yeah.
What, and I have him read, because he's not next to me, he's at his house. And I'm like, what
Right.
does it say? Does it say, did the tracking say delivered? Does it say this? Does it say that? Ask them to return the item if they say it's damaged. Does it say this? Because he like had a $90 DVD set that was new in the package, and they said that it was not new, and they said it was scratched and everything else. And I said, well, I give him the, whatever I told him to do. And, and then he had something else that was a low ball offer, like on a $80 item, they said $60, or they said $10. And he's like, what do I say to this? And I'm like, okay, but those are all, I like that idea so much.
Yeah. And that's, I don't, like I said, I've never seen anything like it, but I know everybody has me write it. And so like on something like, let's say that I have something on sale for 60 and they offer me 20. And I mean, it'll say, thank you for the offer. This is, and if I'm going to counter offer, keep in mind, one of the things I do is I check their feedback they leave other people. And if they're just awful human beings, I just decline it and block them. But say, thank you for the offer. With my offer, this is as far below the sale price as we are going at this time. We may send out lower offers in the future. I put that in there so that if we ever send out an offer that was lower, they're like, hey, you, and thank you again. And that's, but what it does for me is when I know already what I'm going to say, I can type up a venomous one in my head if I want, but I have one to send through the actual mail system that keeps me from looking,
right.
Mad.
Exactly.
I could still be
and I read their picker.
So, but anyway, I'll make the document. It's just going to be downloadable from my Google Drive. I can make it where anybody that has the link does it. So
I love it.
They won't have to watch the video to get it. I'll probably stick it on Instagram or something.
No, I love that idea. I think that's awesome. I love it. And people in the chat are already saying, I love it. I love it. I love it. And then,
Good.
Asking for opinions right now. I love it. I got a 60, like Crissy saying, I got a $6 offer on an item that's 40% off at $9.50. Yeah. Isn't that ridiculous? It's like, it's already 40% off.
And that's exactly what I would say. This is as far below the sale price we're going right now, or we're not going any lower than the sale price right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Either take it now at 40% off or go kick rocks. That's what I always say. That's my favorite. Go kick rocks. And I don't say that ever, but.
Right. Well, and the thing about it is when you get into this kind of price point, this $9.50, that person who's willing to send you a $6 offer gets to leave you feedback.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't want anybody getting to leave me feedback for $4, like your $6 or whatever that is, minus fees. Like, no, you don't get to leave me feedback. You're already insane. So, but I don't type that stuff. I say it, but I don't type it. On paper, 100% professional. We have 6,000 and some feedback. I do not have a single negative if you go back through my entire history.
Love it.
All the way back. There have been people that have left them, but my messages have kept those from sticking. I won't put that in the YouTube video because I'm starting to get to a point now where there's enough people that I'm starting to get the comments that like, you're too old or you're ugly or you're fat or go away. The last one was just stop. Like, well, so I probably won't put that I've never had a negative because somebody will go buy something so they can leave me a negative. But just stop, just quit. So anyway.
Yeah. Well, that has been awesome. I cannot believe this is my longest live yet.
Not mine, because I didn't start when you did.
I know, right? But
I apologize. I got home, I had carried in the groceries, and I thought, I hope. And then I started thinking, is she in Florida? There's just Florida people are nuts. And she's probably starting at 10. And then I opened my Instagram, and the first thing I saw was Rachel's note. Where are you? Like,
no.
I let Rachel down. And she didn't. She left. She left without me.
She did. Well, she had to take it. She had an appointment with Dello this morning, and then Drew stepped in on her behalf, which was awesome. And I was like, I think maybe I forgot to tell him it was Eastern time, so he needed to be here at 10. But it was awesome. And I promised, I told Rachel, I said, I'm going to make sure it's only going to be like an hour and a half, because he gave me a hard time the last time when I was with you. It was 2 hours and he was poking fun at me, and I don't want to be poked fun at.
Oh, well, see, I started from a position of weakness. I cannot poke fun at anybody. I couldn't get my light to come on, and lights behind me are flickering. This red light over here is too bright. It looks like I got the portal to hell behind me.
I love it. But I appreciate you so much. And I really do. I love all that you do and everything that you've been giving us, and the humor that you have and everything. I just think you're an all around awesome guy. And thank you so much. I do. And you're coming to FlipCon this year, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Is Melody coming with you or no?
Not a chance.
I didn't think she would, but I thought I'd ask.
If she comes, I don't think any of you will ever meet her.
Yeah, she'll be in the room.
Yeah, like I taught for 6 years before any of the other teachers met her.
Yeah.
I literally think they thought I made her up.
People didn't know I was married when I was working in the casino.
Yeah, exactly.
They were like, we thought you were single this whole time. I'm like, why? And they're like, because we thought you were single. I'm like, well, I never like flirted with you or did anything. I don't know how you get that, but I understand. It's okay. Yeah. Like, whatever.
Yeah, I appreciate you inviting me.
Yeah, it was so fun. Thank you again. I really appreciate you, and I appreciate the art. I can't wait till Friday. And please download one of our links. It doesn't matter who, but we definitely want your chat in there. The more chitter chatter we get on Friday, the better, because the more promotion we get about it, it's going to be amazing for sure.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right, guys. Well, we'll see you guys later. Scott, hang out for just a quick second. We'll see you guys later. Have a great Monday, everybody. Bye.